too much time.
Wait, so like on even the mandatory like okay, I'm going to sleep now. You find irritating.
Yes, if I had the opportunity, I would just never sleep. Like if it didn't physically like, oh shit, I meant people today.
I mean, so and so the whole entire thing about being isekai to another world. Would you you met a god to be reincarnated into a new life? Would you push them to make you into an elf?
I would push them to make me into somebody that doesn't require sleep. That's it.
That would be elves or drow. Because all they need is like
that's
4
just
hours
going off of like the regular fantasy that we know of. They could have a whole different race entirely. Like it could be it could just be Andalites from fucking Animorphs. Then they don't need they don't require sleep. I mean, they don't in the book. I mean, like as an example, they could look like Andalites and be like, oh, they don't need sleep to function. And I'd be like, do it up. I don't care if they got weird deer penises or whatever. I wonder if anybody's ever asked her that. I bet they've asked the author like what Andalite penis looks like.
Probably. But going off of the knowledge we know of, like go off of the knowledge that we know of from this plane of existence, then the only ones we can think of, our little tiny human person brains can think of is elves or drow, because all it needs is like about 4 hours of transiting time. But even that though is kind of a waste. And if you want just stay awake forever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 4 hours for like a 24-hour period, like that's still just like 20 hours, and I don't have to like sleep. That's still pretty good. In all honesty.
I mean, like that's like the opposite of a koala.
No, it's cold. I don't know why, but immediately when you said that, it reminded me of the guy from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. The grilled cheese kid.
Speaking of like a random memories. What?
Sorry. I hope to use the fill tool and there's a spot that's not 100% like closed off, so it like just colored everything the color I was trying to like fill tool. You were saying?
Okay, like speaking of a random memory, as I was parking in front of my house, all I could think of was like when Jared's brother wants to use your microwave. He's like, "Hey, how powerful is your microwave?"
Oh yeah. Somebody asked about the microwave the other day, and it immediately reminded me about that. Like, and the good news is, it's no longer radioactive. Okay, fuck you, Phil Tool. Fucking Phil Collins Tool can kiss my ass.
The other memory I have is when you were talking about how like you watched the new Doctor Strange movie, and we went off on a tangent like because the Adam Grandpa is like mom, and you were like Doctor Strange mom, and we went off tangent. It's like you sing that to the tune of Doctor Feelgood.
Oh yeah, he's
like Doctor Strange mom. Alright.
Strange mom. Doctor Strange mom, I don't feel so good. That was him ejaculating. He wasn't getting like snapped. What if Thanos fucked up and he just like snapped and just half the universe had an orgasm? Like, how embarrassing would that be for him? No, this wasn't what I wanted at all.
Wait, hold on. So like he just
it ruined my jam.
So hold on, he just pulled like a reverse flash. It's like Myrna one time years ago that Tony Stark when Pepper Potts touched you.
Doctor Strange mom, weren't you?
No, it was like remember that one time that years ago years ago on Tony Stark when Pepper that touched you like you immediately came. That was me Stark. I used the time stone and I used the time stone and the Infinity Gauntlet to make you come right then and there.
He looks at him and goes, "It was me, Tony Stark," and then Tony's just like, "Oh," and then he's just like, "That's right, Tony. I'm inevitable." His orgasm is inevitable, I guess.
Alright, so speaking of which though, speaking of mom, I got the new book, which is just D&D Mom. Well, D&D Motum. If you cut the. But
wait, which one is it?
Mornkind's on Monsters of the Multiverse.
Oh, okay. Oh, fuck, I forgot about that one.
Everyone did. Even everyone did though. But the things a lot of the people are getting more and more angry about it because how like they made it more like apparently user friendly and more baby accessible. I mean, I get it, but then that's still a super thing to get angry about.
No. There we go. Okay.
It's I'm more angry the fact that well, I'm not really angry, more upset that they re-added the racial traits, but they updated it to be more or less like Tasha's. Like for example, the Aasimar is just no more for Aasimar for this book only. But since on D&D wise you can choose which kind of stats you want to go with. So for the Aasimar, right?
Yeah.
And for the good thing is though they added dark vision and healing hands, and also you also by racial trait you know the light cantrip, but the thing is though you get to choose which little thing you want, whether it be like the necrotic shroud, the radiant consumption, or the radiant soul as your celestial revelation at level 3.
Oh.
What were you laughing at?
Oh, if you get the opportunity, look at my stream.
Why?
Just watch.
Hold on, I'm going there right now.
You'll see why I'm laughing.
Did you do something?
It's the emoji I want to try and put into Discord.
Oh, DG.
Yeah.
Wait, we're talking to Amber or Toasty earlier?
What?
Wait, who were we talking to earlier?
Nobody. I was just talking to myself.
Alright. Alright, so
it's my streamer instinct to like fill silence.
That is true. Like I do that. I
jittery from drinking that too.
Like I do that as well when I'm doing Portal all by myself. I just didn't try to make conversation. One of the tips apparently on doing on Twitch is or streaming in general is to trying to not stop talking.
Yeah.
Alright, so like Commissioner Barry Onyx, Muckingham Civilization. Owing to the steady reputation rise of Muckingham, Caldera City Transportation Network is excited to announce the reopening of its subway links to the vibrant town. We'd like you to deep clean the platform area around the grand unveiling. Please note that whilst much of the graffiti in the facility could be said to possess artistic merit, we would like you to remove it all. Alright then, so start job. We're ready to clean a subway platform?
Sort of. I guess. Good news is, I'm not even in the game, so I should be able to be invited unless Steam wants to be a piece of garbage.
Oh yeah, also it's been 8 minutes before this, so I got okay, to make it official though. Hey there everyone, welcome back to my time corner. I'm Keshker, and with me as always, again, this intro is a little late, is Edward Bontel.
Yo.
And we're continuing on our Power Wash adventure. And so
somebody left I had 2 viewers and then they just saw this blurry PNG of Dexter with the sex face going and they're just like, no, this isn't the stream I want to be for.
Invite.
Oh, it actually worked this time.
Yeah. No, let me out. Christy wants out.
Oh god. So today, because there's a pup at our work. He's this big, huge mastiff named Hermes. I immediately remembered Hermes Conrad, and it's just like he tried to get in my lap. He's a mastiff, all right. They're huge dogs. He tried to crawl up in my lap, and I'm like, no, Hermes, no, you're too big, boy. Green snake in a sugar cane. Get off my lap. And then it just reminded me. I was like, No, kid, it's too low. Your spine can't take it.
I'm like Hermes. I'm like Hermes. I'm like Hermes.
Yeah, that. No, no, Kenshin, don't do it. Your spine can't bend that way, mon. Her pants are too full of the poop.
The boobs?
Of poop.
Oh, poo.
And then it's just a woman, but she turns around and goes, I've been prepping all day. It's just like, no. And then it's just me crying in the corner like, I killed him. It's all my fault, man.
Are you in?
Also in my notifications, I just put Brap Brannigan.
Brap Brannigan?
I don't know why.
It is I, Brap Brannigan.
Brap Brannigan here.
Alright,
Stop dying, you coward.
Are you in?
Yeah, I'm in.
Alright. Oh yeah, I might as well go also put my my mask somewhere.
Your mask, ASMR? Oh, I should probably also actually change to the game instead of this Dexter fake. Oh, where is this? Is this one? I think it's that one, right? Oh, there we go. All right.
Oh, damn it! I messed up. Put that on the opposite side.
Eat my cookie.
And there. And there we go. There we go, my mask. It also helps the fact that when we highlight the dirt, it makes it orange.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and it uses the. Oh, there we go. Okay. Am I walking? Oh, that's why I'm walking into something. Walking in LA, walking in LA. Only a goober walks in LA. You know, I actually sung that one time when I was visiting LA. I'm just walking through it like, didn't they have a song where nobody's walked through LA? And I was just like, oh, they do. It's some old band that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that song has two connotations. Like one is like like nobody walks in LA. Like everyone drives, and the other connotation is like only a nobody walks in LA.
Yes, but at the same time, I don't know if people know this, but freeways in LA suck the devil's taint. Like, straight up, like, never drive on freeways.
Oh, everyone knows that. It's just that, though, they still do it anyway, because, again, only a nobody walks in LA.
No. I'm pretty sure people that don't live in LA don't, like, know that. Like, I don't know, who was I talking to? I think it was, like, my brother. Yeah, because he went with me to Food for Less the other day because he needed to get something for Food for Less, and we were talking about it, like people and like geography, and I pointed out it's like nobody knows anything about geography, like ever. Like for people from other countries, it's just their country that they know of. In the United States, it's literally just whatever state you live in is probably like the most geography you know, because we live in a very like. I think you said it when I was talking to you about that. Yeah, you texted it to me when we were talking about the
did they add the aiming option yet or not yet?
I don't know because I wouldn't know. I wouldn't even begin to know how to like. Because I'm using like a mouse or not a mouse. I'm using the
lock mouse to screen. Is that it or no? No, they probably don't have that yet. Dirt details.
Oh, I don't need that yet.
Dirt details? I don't get it.
Brannigan here.
Oh! What? Oh, that's cool. If you turn on the dirt details on your thing. Oh, my my boss. Damn it! Hold on. It took me this long to realize this.
What?
Hold on. I'm moving my stream boss. Like, where should I move this to?
I need to bring this up so I can see into my own chat and occasionally into yours. Okay, good. Oh, I should probably send you guys that drawing that I did. I did a drawing of a comic because a friend of mine was like, "Oh yeah, I was working on because I remembered they were working on something." I'm like, "Oh yeah, how's that going?" And they're like, "I had to take a break because of school." And it's like my normal response to that is, "Well, school is important." And I sat there and was like, "That's like me being a broken record." So I got the idea to draw cartoon Edward pulling off his own head, smashing it with a mallet till it was flat, then putting it on a Victrola, and then playing it and it just saying the same thing.
Yeah. So like
everybody confused as to why.
If you take a look at my screen for a minute, though, at the right side of the at the right side of the
Oh.
Yeah, it says graffiti, crime stains, and dirt streaks.
That's cool.
Yeah, I won't find that really useful for me, so like I'm gonna turn that off.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, if you want to put that down, you could. Controls.
Hell no. We do things difficult here.
Power wash. Use power washer, select extensions like soap, grip, previous nozzle, toggle washer, toggle, show dirt, next nozzle.
I think oh my god, I think I have the next idea for my drawing. It's gonna be Doug with one of those backwards bandanas on. And it's gonna represent, instead of Thug Life, it's gonna be Doug Life, because we love the Doug Life movie.
Doug Life.
Doug Life. Yo, but can we talk about the fact that Doug's like super cringy? If you think about it, and you know me, I don't like using the word cringe very often, like unironically. There we go. That's a wall down. 1% cleaned. But if you think about it, like Doug literally does not know how to like properly handle his issues. Like he has a journal, yes. I don't know who told him to write the journal, but when you think about it, like he goes home and like draws cartoons of people he doesn't like, with him as like a superhero just beating them up. Like,
oh yeah, like you did with Roger.
Like all you have to do is like add pulped up kicks to the background of that, and you've got like the making of like a school shooter, Doug.
Hey Toasty.
Toasty is alive.
Toasty's alive.
Toasty, hear me talk about my comic. No.
No.
Yeah.
It looks as though the
Yo.
Yeah, it looks as though he hasn't added the aiming mode yet. That kind of stinks.
Toasty. Oh god, there was I saw a name for something. It was like somebody's pet, and it just said Toasty, and immediately I just like raised my eyebrows. Because I don't know why, but I was immediately like, that could just be Toasty trying to fool me. Like I have like the weirdest, stupidest sense of like anything. I don't know why I'm still alive. Like I have like the worst instincts ever. Like immediately. Just like I saw like a new person started working at our work, and they shared a name that's like the same name as a friend of mine, and I immediately was just like, is that my friend trying to get into my work? I have like stupid instincts. Like they don't work.
I mean,
like my people instincts suck. I think my animal instincts work much better than my people instincts. That might just be why I'm alive. Cause like I don't know how often people use their like sense of smell to deal with stuff, but I like straight up like if a dog at my work poops, that's the first thing I notice before I even see it. Cause I have like terrible eyesight, so I like I think I rely on my nose more than anything else. Is this all part of the platform wall? No, that's tunnel wall. What the fuck? How much of this is platform wall? Like all... Where is the rest of this platform wall at? Can I not jump? My guy just refused to jump for like a second. Okay, so this is staircase wall. Let's end platform wall. I'm confused. Hashtag Brat Brannigan.
Brat Brannigan. It is all
Brat Brannigan. Wall, but like, is this all part of platform wall? It is. Okay. Okay, I was getting confused for a second there. Holy cow.
Slowly.
I am super glad that Toasty didn't get to see my emoji that I was working on. Because Toasty would like, maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's why I lost a viewer. Toasty saw it and was just like, no, get out of here. I'm not having any of this. This is terrible. You leave.
Then Toasty will go
and...
Like I drew it. Then Toasty will go and see that your no, we are currently cleaning a subway station.
What was he saying?
Like, are we in space?
I wish. Float off into space.
There's only
a brand new race.
There's only one job that takes us into space, but as of right now, it's only single player.
Yeah, and the job is to wash a Tesla that's on the moon. I like that he like lives his brother's dream. Like his brother was like, no, I think his brother was an astronaut. I don't even know where I get my information at the time. I think I just make it up. All the information I have is just my brain. I just realized I still have comfy music in the background. I got like royalty-free jazz lo-fi playing. That's like my go-to right now. It's just lo-fi jazz for some reason.
I usually go with the one that's titled literally 2021 1 hour's worth of royalty free on lo-fi.
No, that's part of the ceiling. I don't like this platform wall. There's like too much stuff on it. It's just like, Edward, clean it. Clean it, you mook. Fucking clean it. This is my fucking hockey. I seriously want like an Irish
Shanks
in One Piece. that too, but if they won't do it, I'd settle just for like a regular, like straight up just Irish pirate in One Piece. He's got fucking hockey. Oh yeah, I almost said you kenna, and that's Scottish, because they don't say not. They say kenna and they say no is no, instead of no it's not.
No.
Because apparently a knot is something you tie into rope, and that's what my uncle constantly told my mom.
No means no.
When she would say, no, not no means no, no is no. Like no is no. I think that might be how they say it. Because he used to talk really fast when he'd say it too, and like, fucking not to be offensive to any Scottish people listening, but when y'all get like real heated up and you speak with your accent, like you can't understand that. Because my uncle was like that. Like if he got mad and like he would like raise hell at my cousin, you couldn't understand a word he was saying. You might as well have just been this is gonna be really offensive, but you might as well have just been listening to Taz from Looney Tunes at that point. Like he would just like he would lose his shit, and my cousin was like fucking afraid because he knew, because this was back in the day when it's like if you fucked up, you got the belt, boy, like straight up. Where the fuck is the rest of this dirt, you piece of shit? God dang it, I hate this thing. Is that? Oh my god, there's like these little fucking like pixel lines. It's just like, if you get all of it. This is bullshit.
This is
it should just be if you break down a huge chunk of the majority, they should just give it to you. They might as well just make Babby mode and I'll just play it all the time.
Like, this is bullshit. You can't ground Spider-Man.
I mean, you can't. I mean, if he really wanted to do something, you couldn't fucking stop him. Like, he can lift fucking cars above his head. Like, people forget, Spider-Man is ridiculously strong. Like he can lift most large-sized cars above his head.
Doesn't he have like
relative ease.
doesn't he have like the relative strength strength of a spider?
The proportionate
yeah.
strength of a spider, and yes.
So yeah, it's in a way, isn't that the same rules applied to Ant-Man as well?
No. He technically, when he shrinks, he just keeps the same strength.
Oh, right.
Like, the only time he gets more strength is when he's larger. When he becomes Giant Man. Lord of the Ants!
Oh, yeah.
Where the fuck is the rest of this dirt, you shitty game? Oh my fucking, can't you help me, please?
Hmm?
I'm gonna fucking die. There's like a sliver of stuff, and I can't find where it's at. This game is fucking with me right now because I put hashtag Brat Brannigan on.
Oh, what? This is different.
Yeah, that's a different one entirely.
Wait, where's the ladder? There it is!
Is it part of the ceiling? No, that's tunnel ceiling. This is gonna fucking... I'm gonna fucking shit myself in anger right now.
Tunnel snakes rule.
And that's the only time I shit myself is when I do it on purpose or if I'm angry. And even then...
I'm not a mad scientist, I'm an angry scientist.
Yeah.
Seriously? These little tiny pixels?
Oh, it's not... Is it there? Is that it? Did you get it?
I got a little bit. It was like literally 1 pixel.
I fucking got this goddamn perfectionist ass game. I didn't know that we were fucking living in whatever country it is that StarCraft is like their fucking main thing. I forget which one it is. Is it Korea? No, that doesn't sound right. This is gonna piss me off. I'm literally gonna have to sit down after this with my JO crystals and just have a good old gel concession. This is bullshit. I shouldn't say that. This is so stupid.
JO
People
crystals?
are gonna be like, he believes in that shit? I wish I was in space right now. Gonna fly off into space.
Okay, what the fuck? I don't even see like what? Yeah!
Oh, my fucking mouse is gonna piss me off. Who's live now? Who could it possibly be? Oh, it's Gura.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's right. It notifies you like 30 minutes ahead of time, and then notifies you again when they go live. It's like, can you just notify me when they're live? I don't really sit in their lobby and fuck. Oh my god, I hate this game. I swear to fucking god. I bet you 5-1 this is the work of Dr. Egg Cream. This has Dr. Egg Cream written all fucking over it. Like, this is just... He's just sitting there right now, joking it to Rouge. He's like, oh...
There we go.
Oh my... Finally. Thank you. I was gonna fucking just... I was just gonna eat my controller. Like, that...
Yeah, apparently it also counts the dirt that's in between the edges of two, so you have to clean both as well.
Was there dirt there, or were they just being fucking
ticklers? Probably both, because that's why I was doing this, so that way I was cleaning the ceiling and the wall at the same time.
Ugh. I hate my life.
I mean, this game is very, very satisfying, and it can calm you down. But at least get
it
the
can also easily piss you off.
Like devs, and in the grand unicorn scheme of you watching my stream, at least make the margin of error a little bigger.
You got it, Ken. It's just there.
It was there.
We're in every stream that people stream our game, of course, obviously.
That's how our game is always perfect. Except now, we're sorry.
And they're rubbing their nipples when they do that?
No, that's all we're like, oh, I'm sorry, we can't do that. Like, oh, you're mad, we're the only ones in town, oh, that's too bad.
The only game in town. Oh my fucking god. This is why people prefer satellite.
And here at your local cable company, the customers will always be our bitch. Hey. Caldera City and Washingham?
Who's washing their hands? Who's having
No, I'm looking at the sign right up here. And it says Washingham and Caldera City. So are we in Europe or some made up on city?
Yes. Oh, it's literally the top of this fucking thing too. Well, hopefully you're not ducking.
Nope.
Hopefully, I almost said hopefully you're not joking. Did you? Okay, I told my brother this. I don't think I told any of you guys this, but I was watching a video from Oni Plays, and one of their guys, well, a couple of them are huge fans of Sonic, but one of them is like specifically like ridiculously a fan of. I am standing on this incorrectly. Like this is stupid. But one of them's like a super big fan of Sonic, like to the point where he's read the Archie comics, productions of Sonic, and apparently they go over the origins of Sonic and Dr. Eggman.
Really?
So apparently, according to Archie comics storyline, Sonic used to be a brown hedgehog, and he used to be friends with Dr. Robotnik. Before he became Dr. Robotnik, he was Dr. Kintober, which is Robotnik backwards.
Okay.
And what had happened was this was before they invented the Chaos Emeralds for the Sonic series. So they had so Dr. Robotnik was dealing with something called Chaos Energy. So Sonic was helping him with it by like running on a treadmill that for whatever reason like did something with the Chaos Energy. And one day they decided to like have a break or something. And they went to go get food from Dr. Robotnik's kitchen, and there was a fucking like dirty egg in the fridge. And Sonic was like, "Oh, I'll get rid of it." And he's like, "Okay."
So, wait, so hold on. In this origin comic, though, Sonic was a two-legged sentient brown hedgehog, and Dr. the pre-version of Dr. Robotnik did not question this.
No, because he went there specifically to study the energy. And I don't remember if he said if what I was listening to had, because again, like I said, I didn't read this personally. This was told to me by a crazy man on a YouTube video while they were playing Sonic. I think Sonic Adventures 2. I want to say. And they were showing the panels from the Archie comics, but so he went to Mobius, which is where Sonic's from. And that's where all the talking animals are anyway. So I don't know if them being sentient talking animals had to do with. That was it? Wow. Okay. Cool. Well, that's one thing down. But he. I don't know if the chaos energy had to do with them being sentient or not. But he was there to study the chaos energy. So they had this like. So they went to go get lunch, and Eggman, Dr. Robotnik, Dr. Kintober, as he was at that point. He was a more normal-looking, like, fucking person.
Before he was like
egg in his fridge.
So before he was egg-shaped.
Yes. So Sonic ended up doing something that caused the machine that they were using to basically like, you remember the story, the movie The Fly, right? How Jeff Goldblum's character went through the teleporter with the fly and it like fused with him.
Yep.
So that's what happened to Dr. Kintober when he became Eggman. The reason he is egg-shaped, according to Archie Comics, is because he fused with a rotten egg.
What? Seriously?
Yes. And so my brother pointed this out. He went, "Oh, that's why he's bad, right?" No, what? He went, "Because they used a bad egg. It was a rotten egg. That's why he's evil." I went,
"Oh."
And so Sonic is blue because apparently the machine malfunctioned, and he got a portion of the chaos energy, and that's their reasoning, basically, or at least the guy that was telling the story's reasoning for why he becomes supersonic when he gets exposed to the chaos emeralds is because he already has a small portion of like chaos energy in him.
That's also why he can
so the chaos energy turned him blue, but it's like they didn't even need that information. Nobody needs to know why Sonic's blue. He could just have been a blue hedgehog, and like nobody ever asked why. Only the people making the comic was like, oh, just why is he blue? It's like, who the fuck cares? Did you draw 2 masks?
One I made a little too wide. I put the eyeball on the wrong side for that one.
this is cartoon Derp Kenshin. He's like, no, this is reverse. Okay, because it's on the wrong side. This is reverse Kenshin. This is from the reverse world. Hold on, let me screen cap this and waste my time doing something completely different instead of actually playing this game like I'm supposed to. Let me paste this here.
Well, so this is
the story of a girl.
So this is my Bizarro doppelganger on Shinken.
Mirror, hold up. Mirror world, reverse mirror world, Bizarro, Kenshin, Shinken, Dur, with several R's, so that I know what's good. So I know it's for real.
So he's working with on our Bizarro doppelgangers on Regia and Ward Ed.
Maybe. Who's to say? Who knows? Who knows what evil lurks behind the hallowed walls in the House of the Farted? So apparently, when my grandmother was still alive and the previous generation of my family was still very young, the neighborhood kids used to say that my grandmother was a witch. Like even our next door neighbor, like the big tough dude that used to be a gang member, was afraid of my grandmother.
Really?
Yes. He also thought that for a while she was a witch, like, because he was still young and dumb, and he's just like, that lady's like a fucking witch or something. Because my grandmother always had, like, her remedies for everything was literally from like a fucking 1960s book that was like, household remedies with vinegar. She was a vinegar witch. She literally, like, anytime, that's where we got the whole, like, if you get a sunburn thing, you just use vinegar. It works. You smell weird. But it works. It helps. It helps.
I continue. Oh, so So it's in the same vein as like if you get sprayed by a skunk, then go on to have a tomato juice bath.
Yeah, it's kind of like that in that vein. Yeah. I don't know the science behind it, but it does work. But then again, my mom and I, when we sunburn for like a few days and then we tan. My brother, on the other hand, sunburns and then he peels and he just stays, like, he sheds like a snake and then he's like super pale. I like talking to his girlfriend because she's like, no, I don't like the sun. I'm super pale. She's like, if I go out at night, I get moonburn, and I'm just like, it's really funny.
Brad Brannigan.
Yeah, hashtag Brat Brannigan. I'm bringing it back. Brat Brannigan, boys.
This Brett Brannigan.
Brat Brannigan here. Oh, excuse me. Oh, Brat Brannigan. At your service. He's just a really gassy guy. Leela secretly has a fart fetish. That's why she had sex with him. Oh, Brat Brannigan. Stop dying! Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. That I apologize to anybody that has like IBS, but I mean I don't know. It's probably like super embarrassing to people because I have only met one person that had IBS and they were embarrassed by it, but my family and I are like perpetually 12, so we just find farts to be funny. So Again, apologies if I offend anyone with hashtag Brat Brannigan, but you can always, you don't have to be embarrassed by it. You just gotta get friends that are like, have fun with it. Like that time Jared was being an asshole and was like, he wouldn't like, he kept like pushing my, I don't remember the exact context, but he was like trying to move my brother out of a spot on the couch, and my brother had his like ass to his back and farted. And then Jared went, jumped on the ground and rolled like his back was on fire. So he just went, my brother just melted my friend's back with his fart. It was fucking great. Oh my god. Like he lost his shit. He was like, ah! Like he was on fire. It's just green flames on his back. He's like,
and you know how the flames crackle? It's not crackling his part.
God damn it. It just, if you listen to it very carefully, it's just like audio edited, like when somebody takes a shit. You know, like sometimes you hear that weird like crackling noise from it coming through. It's just that, but it kind of like, no, it would be pitched up because fire crackles are like, nah, maybe they're the same. I don't know why the fuck we're talking about this. I literally just got done drawing like Dexter with a sex face.
Ooh, Diddy.
And now we're talking about brapping and shitting.
Well,
there's like a million people that are just like, they all came in, somebody rated us, and then they heard that and they just left. They're like, no new subscribers.
I mean, to be fair, Edward, all of our podcasts always tend to actually end up like that.
That is true. So let me tell you about that time my brother said I was basically shooting down the Red Baron.
What?
Have I mentioned that to you? I used to, this might contribute to like my back problems, because like the way I would lay on my bed, because this was back when my brother and my mom and I were all cramped into one bed, like we just came from Ellis Island. I had a mattress on the floor because the room was too small to have another bed. So my mom was like, well, I'm not sleeping on the floor, my back's bad. And my brother's like, well, I already called top bunk. And I'm just like, so we had a mattress on the ground, and I would like lay my blanket when it was too hot. I would like lay my blanket and like fold it up a little and lay it under my pillow because my neck would hurt. I think it did worse damage to my neck and back from that, but it's like when you would look at it, it would look like I had sandbagged a trench. So one day my brother like woke up. Me and him were sleeping, and this was before I had a job, and I think it was in between like semesters at school for college. And he was like, I woke up and I just hear, and my brother's like, it sounded like you were shooting down the Red Baron in like World War II or whatever. I was just like, what do you mean? He's like, I looked down and your bed looks like a fucking like sandbag trench, and I just imagine you with like a machine gun that just shot farts. And he's sitting there like, I was just up in the air.
Well, you farted like a machine gun?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. He was just like, I've never heard anything in my life, and then that prompted us to do the whole like fart war thing that we always do. Because one time when we were kids and Saturday morning cartoons were still good, we were watching Fox Kids, and one of us, I don't remember who it was. I think it was me. No, my fart might have been the one that destroyed the planet. I think his was the one that like he farted while we were watching Sonic X, and at the exact same time Rouge the Bat fell out of the air, and it's just we were just like, your fart knocked her out of the air because it was so well timed. And then another time we were watching TV and one of us farted, I think it was me, and it like destroyed it like a planet in a video game. It was like a commercial for a video game, like fucking exploded. I think it was a commercial for Halo. And like a planet exploded or something. And so it was like, every time we get into this like argument, it's always like, yeah, well, your fart destroyed. I think it was me, because our things always start with, because my brother, when he was like a little kid, he used to have like Batman and Robin underwear, because like the movie had just came out. And it's like, the Robin had like a hole in his face. So my mom would like, he farted so hard he blew Robin's face apart. Because like I said, our family's like fucking 12 years old, so farts are funny to us. And so it was just like, oh, is this already washed? I think it is. Never mind.
What? Oh, the light?
The light, yeah.
Oh yeah, I went and did that.
So it's like, this fucking sunlight needs to stop fucking coming through my goddamn window because I can't see my screen. There we go. Nope, I can still see it a little. It probably wouldn't be that bad if I fucking used an actual monitor instead of my tablet. But yeah, so the war usually starts with me pointing out that he blew Robin's face apart, and then I think I'm the one, because the one that always comes up second is the planet. Yeah, because then he's like, no way, blowing out Rouge the Bat out of the air is not worse than blowing up a planet. So I think it always goes Robin, planet, Rouge the Bat, and then arguing for like 20 minutes about how that's not as bad. But I think that would depend on who you're asking, because I know there's a lot of like Rouge the Bat coomers out there that would like are like, no. I'm looking at you, Plague of Gripes. But I'll forgive you only slightly. I like your rendition of Winnie the Wolf from School.
You seen his video about the Pokemon, right? When he was Professor Harkness.
Yes, I have.
When he was Professor Harkness.
Yes.
Have you looked at the Harkness test?
Okay, this is gonna fucking piss me off again, isn't it? Yeah, it's gonna piss me off. Gonna piss me off. It's gonna fucking dang old piss me off, man. Dang old.
Seriously?
Freedom of smoke.
Yeah. No, dang on. That boy ain't right.
Talk about no, kick some ass, man. Dang old pretty pizza.
The hell?
Whoa.
Okay, so I guess this makes sense though. Like, I guess that's the reason why they has those dirt overlays to tell you what kind of dirt it is. Because some of these nozzles are meant for certain stains. Like, the stronger ones are meant for, like, you know, paint and graffiti, while the lighter one, which is the white one, which is more widespread, is meant for just regular dirt. So I cleaned up the regular dirt here, and it didn't touch the graffiti whatsoever. So it was kind of interesting to see, and like dude, check this out.
Where are you at?
Over here. That's like this is all completely dirt. So now I cleaned this up using the this one though. It just left the graffiti and it did this. So I wonder actually.
This guy is Jeff Jefferson. This is like a name my brother would come up with.
Vote Jeff for 1984. I'll clean up Caldera City, and beyond. Vote. I'll Caldera City dirty.
Okay, they're dumb. This is the worst graffiti I've ever seen.
There's this one here on local legend keep winning.
Local legend Harry Potter.
Look, his car has flames on it.
Oh, that makes it faster. What if those aren't flames? What if those are like fart lines? Like it's just kicking up a lot of stink.
See?
So that's why they're a local legend.
See, yeah, we're back to farts.
Well, no, I only brought it up because we were talking about farts.
Oh, okay.
If we'd not been talking about farts, I wouldn't have brought it up. You gotta stay on brand, man. You gotta stay on brand.
Do we have to?
Yeah. That's how it works. That's how it rolls. Oh my god. I just remembered. I was going through some VTuber stuff earlier, and Girl DM, which I don't know if you're familiar with. Nope. I know Jared's familiar with Girl DM. She's the one that I showed you that had like the really good face tracking.
Oh yeah.
To the point to the point where it's like she could like move her mouth and do the little like, and it even like matched the movement of her cheeks when she like inflated them. So she has a new 2D model where she's like in a maid outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And she has this thing where if you type in, I forget what it was, but it throws mayo at her because I guess she lost a bet on stream one time. So she had to eat mayo, like a spoon of mayo on stream, and so it became kind of like a running joke with her that she likes mayo. So they type it in, and it just, her entire chat just was hurling mayo bottles at her. And one of the comments I saw in the newer comments was like, chat respectfully covers girl DM in their mayo.
Oh.
And I'm like, that means two things. It was great.
I mean, like, if I ever become a VTuber, I'll actually because I want to see it on brand. I actually want to like spend a little bit more on cash on with the mocap on the hands, right? And so because I would just use the hands more rather than using the face, which apparently even though specifically that's like a good 90% of all VTubers is all about the face talking and all that. There's actually a good 10% that hardly uses the face. Like I saw one. I forgot his name, but I saw one where like he's like some sort of World War II guy with the gas mask.
Yeah, Kenshin, I'm gonna need more help with this wall because this is even worse than the last one. Because it's like I've gotten most of the stuff that I've seen, but it's like it's still like a bigger, like it's basically at the same thing that it was before. Oh yeah, that's right, the fucking. Ugh. But even with like that cleaned off, it's still saying, oh, you didn't clean enough. Like I don't understand this game sometimes. I swear it does it just to tick me off. Where are you spraying it? Oh. How much of that is platform wall and how much of that is? Because it's like, okay, this thing pisses me off. Because I came over this way and it stopped being platform wall.
Right there. Right here.
No,
this
it
where
was like it was telling me over here that it was no longer platform wall. That's what's screwing me up. My game is sitting here pissing me off specifically just to do that.
Is Dr. Edward controlling your game? Take that, random guy named Edward.
Take that, Edward. That's what you get for saying that I scream into a fucking radio. And that I'm only like this because a green spiny anteater with shoes threw a rotting soda into a teleporter. And I became Dr. Egg. It's like, I didn't say that at all.
But Dr. Egg Cream did, and he didn't say that at all. Like, you, shut up, Agent Scone.
You say Agent Scone?
Yeah, because a bit of a mild spoiler for those who haven't watched Sonic 1 and 2. Dr. Eggman has a sidekick named Agent Stone because it was before he became Dr. Eggman and had that vendetta against Sonic. He was a scientist who worked for the government, and he had of course a government agent named Agent Stone. Upon which though when Sonic 1 happened, obvious reasons he got fired, and Agent Stone didn't want to stay with the government. He wanted to stay with Dr. Eggman because he was so brilliant, and he stayed with them in Sonic 2, and he became his like de facto sidekick. I asked Sora about this though, like if in any edition of Robotnik did he have a human partner, and he was like, no, this is a movie original.
Yeah, because he normally just has robots. Like he used to have that in like the old like Jaleel White series. He used to have like a weird chicken robot and like a robot with drills.
Oh yeah.
And then in like the newer ones, he's got like a square robot and a round robot for some reason. I'm just like, just bring back the chicken and the fucking weird drill robot. I don't understand why you wouldn't just do that. I wonder if that'd be funny if Jaleel White held copyright on those robots so they can't use them without paying him money. That'd be fucking great. I don't know. Why would I do that? Why are you giving us the Urkel voice? Because I don't respect you. That's why.
That's true.
But then why are you dressed like Urkel? To flex on you.
Oh yeah, because freaking like all the current hipsters that they all dressed like Urkel. Well, they just like apparent according to the meme board of the internets, the current hipsters just like old timey lumberjacks.
Yeah, that is true. The beards, the fucking
the beards, the flannels, yeah, the beards, the flannels, the beanies, and the suspenders.
Nah. They want to dress like. They want to dress like actual lumberjacks. They wouldn't be wearing beanies. They'd be wearing those weird Ashunka hats like Canadians sometimes wear.
Oh, you mean like the same hats that the Out Just Breathe had? We're like, oh, I get a little hat.
Yeah, it's the same one. I think Ogie has one somewhere. I remember him having one. I don't know if he like lost it or if he gave it to somebody. I mean, it could have been stolen too. Now that I think about it, because when he was living up in that trailer on that land that his family owns. Like people broke into his house and stole his shit, so it just as easily have been stolen. They probably were like, "Oh, a Shunka hat, hell yeah, we can sell this for loads of meth."
Wait, so his family owns some land right now?
Is heavy with meth heads, huh?
His family owns some land.
Yeah. A little ways up north.
And
they're planning on farming something there, but. He lived there for a while, but it's like, for a while he didn't have like working plumbing, so he had to like poop outside.
Oh, he had an outhouse?
Huh? No. He just went behind the trailer.
Oh.
But eventually because it was his dad's idea to buy the property. But then they just made him live up there, and he was like, "No, I'm tired of living up here, old man. Like, fuck you." So it's because anytime he wanted to leave, if he left, there was always a chance somebody was gonna break into their fucking trailer. And one day they did. They stole a bunch of his stuff. And the real shitty thing was that they stole the ashes of his first dog that he ever owned, like his actual legit wasn't his family, it was his own dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, who the fuck steals somebody's dog's ashes? Like, that's fucked up.
Someone who's desperate, or who probably meth head.
Fucking meth head looking for money. That's what it was, because eventually somebody came forward and was like, yeah, we saw some guys messing around with your like fucking thing. They came out in their like broken ass pickup truck, and he found the truck outside of this like other property, and he looked at it and he's just like, holy shit, those people are cooking meth in their house. Like, he's just like, a bunch of meth heads broke into my fucking house, dude. Like, I'm just like, oh, that fucking sucks. So for a while he had like our friend Scarecrow lent him like his fucking crossbow that he had. I'm like, oh, that's sick. Those meth heads are gonna have a fucking story if they had ever fucking dealt with him. Cause they'd just be like, this little hairy man came out with like a fucking crossbow and shot at us. And nobody would believe them because they'd be like high on meth.
And the fact that they believe them, or the cops somehow believe them, they'd be like, well, you intruded on property, so yeah.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, did he have a no trespass sign? Yes, then that's your fault.
Well, even then, it's like they probably wouldn't go to the cops, because for most sane drug addicts and dealers, I should say, don't go to the cops for anything, because they're usually high out of their mind when something happens. So they wouldn't
high
out
of their mind.
Yeah. Like, unless they were like really dumb and they're like, our friend got shot with a crossbow because of this guy. They would look at them and be like, you guys are fucking high. Get out of here before we arrest you.
We're like, well, we want justice. For who? Like you or him?
You can't ask us that question, man. We're high. We're high on methamphetamines. We don't know. Was that Quiblo?
You are not one item? Oh, come on, game. Oh, yeah.
And it's 5:40.
The dividers.
You ever heard that song?
What?
There was, the guy that did China, Illinois. He had this character named Quiblo that kind of looks like my brother if my brother got, like, neck tattoos and still skateboarded. And the song was like, I got 5:45 and it's 5:45. Gotta get a Whopper and a 40 and ride. And I just remember that song just now. And at the end of it, he does like a sick kickflip over like a homeless dude. And then there's just a guy in the park who's like, was that Quiblo? Which is why I assumed that man's name was Quiblo, because he literally said it was that Quiblo.
Speaking of songs speaking of Child Illinois, well, the thing is, I was gonna say that he should try and bring it back though, but then Brad Neely can barely bring it back because of the fact that one of their prominent voice actors was Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah, that's right. Nah, Hulk Hogan can come back and do stuff. He apologized in the worst possible way ever. Have I told you about that?
How he apologized?
Yes. Okay. So, wait. Have I told you? I don't know.
No. Like,
okay.
Is it the kind of apology where he said he's sorry, but he's not really sorry?
No. It's even better.
Oh,
so
really?
I have a friend that's like super big into like WWE, and they basically had kicked him out of the Wrestling Hall of Fame and like would not let any of his stuff go through. They basically like Chris Benoit him because Chris Benoit had like murdered his family and then committed suicide.
Mm-hmm.
And so WWE wanted to distance themselves from him after they had like did a memorial for him one day, like a few days after it happened. And then the information came out that he had like murdered his family and then committed suicide. And so they disavowed him essentially. So they did that with Hulk Hogan too because he said the N-word and got caught. So my friend was like, yeah, so they revealed like his little the only way for him to get back into WWE was like do a seminar of like telling people that he had learned his lesson, and he was like, basically it just equated to, if you're gonna say it, don't get caught, brother. And I'm like, you're shitting me. He's like, no, I watched the video for it. Basically, not only does he not say he's sorry, he's basically saying, I'm only sorry I got caught. And I'm like, I feel like that's most of the times people apologize, but go on. And he's like, yeah, he basically, in his seminar, the gist of it is if you're gonna say it, don't get caught like I did. And I'm just like, that is fucking gold.
And did he
hilarious.
So did they bring him back? Did he accept that lackluster apology?
To my knowledge, they reinstated him. I don't know if he's in any video games or anything. But that was supposedly all he had to do to get back in. So I don't know if they like accepted it and they were just like, yeah, whatever. Because I mean, wrestling became really popular during like Hulk Hogan's era. Like especially WWE. That's where WWE, when it was WWF, got off the ground, was like during the Hulk Hogan era.
But
you had so many memorable wrestlers that were for a while still wrestling into old age. So you had like
Ric Flair.
You had Macho. Well, he came from way before, so he was old even in the '90s and like the '80s and stuff. But
jeez,
yeah, because he was a wrestler. I think he started his wrestling career in the '70s, and then he got famous in like the early '80s. I mean, he was wrestling in like WCW in like the '80s and '90s. He was like a recurring enemy for I don't know how well you know wrestlers, but there was a wrestler named Sting. Who's you'd probably know him now for his main gimmick of being like the Crow, essentially, from like the movie The Crow.
Oh, is this the guy with the full on face makeup and all that?
Yes, the one that uses the baseball bat, and he has like a trench coat on.
Okay,
like his whole gimmick from like the '90s onward. Well, except for like a sketchy year in TNA, but he basically used the Crow gimmick, and it was because, if I remember what my brother said the other day, there was a wrestler named Razor Ramon. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him.
I believe so, yeah, because I did have the old I think the SNES on wrestling game, and he was one of them, along with like
was it the game? Was it the game where their bodies changed shape when they attacked?
I think so.
I love that game. That game's fun. I played it once on my channel, and oh my god, because it wasn't an actual console. Let's say that. It was super fucking glitchy, as if you needed to blow air into it. Because sometimes when you put a cartridge in a game and there's dust in it, it influences it, so you get like little distortions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was fucking distorted as shit. So it was like The Undertaker had an N in front of his name, so it literally read Nundertaker. Part of the screen was like super glitched out, so it would like mirror certain things. It was fucking great. I loved it. Like, my brother and I had so much fun playing that game. And we just referenced every fucking wrestling thing we knew how to reference. But yeah, if I remember correctly, my brother mentioned that the reason Sting has his super famous, like, gimmick is because Razor Ramon, who went to WCW, so they were both in WCW if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one that mentioned to Sting that the movie The Crow was really popular and that he should just use that as his gimmick. Because apparently Razor Ramon's gimmick in WWE, or WWF back then, was that he was just Scarface. Like, he was just ripping off Scarface's, like, shit. So when he went to WCW, he couldn't use the Razor Ramon name, so he used his own name, Scott Hall. And he was a notorious alcoholic.
Wait, so when he was using the whole Scarface thing, was he all like say hello to my little friend and that type of thing?
Sort of. He had like a weird. My brother was mimicking him the other day, like he was saying a line, and I'm just like, why does he sound like he's mimicking somebody? And he's like, oh, his gimmick was that he was Tony Montana or whatever Scarface's actual name is. Because it's been a while since I've watched Scarface. I've only literally watched it once, and the one time I watched it, I immediately wanted to do a Naruto like parody, where who was the guy with the scythes? Was it Hidan?
Hidan.
Yeah, Hidan. Where he was gonna kill somebody, but instead of a chainsaw, he was using a leaf blower. So he just killed Asuma with the leaf blower. Also, spoilers to a fucking 10-year-old scene. If you haven't, because I know there's some people that didn't know that Naruto existed before Boruto.
Yeah, like seriously,
I have a hard time believing that that's real. Like I can't like. I
have a hard time too, but we have kids who just watch Boruto immediately and not know about Naruto, and apparently they have like they literally have like posts going, "Oh, Boruto's great. They should do a series about Boruto's dad." That's like people watching Avengers Infinity Wars and going, man, this movie sure is great. All these characters should have their own movies. Like, how do you do that? How do you go through life without knowing? Or saying the same thing, only watching the Avengers. Like, oh, these movies are great. They should make a movie on like Thor and Captain America and Iron Man, especially Iron Man. But not Ant-Man and Wasp. Fuck those guys. the one guy that we're like referencing, he just hates Ant-Man and the Wasp. Even though apparently in the original Avengers days though, that he was Ant-Man and Wasp were actually one of the others. Yeah, but what happened? I like how Amber comes in on a sentence and then it's just like, wait, what? Because I just checked your chat and I was, because nobody's gonna come into my chat. The one person that did come into my chat got pissed off because I immediately did not notice them. They were like, "Notice me, senpai." But yeah, what was I saying? Oh, the Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah, because the Ant-Man that they're using is the Scott Lang Ant-Man, and he was the irredeemable Ant-Man. Irredeemable. Which was my favorite Ant-Man. Yeah, irredeemable Ant-Man, because he was like the superior Spider-Man, or like superior Iron Man before they existed, where it was like, well, I guess not necessarily. Well, I guess superior Spider-Man would make sense because it was
I mean, it was still Peter Parker, but it was Octavius in Peter Parker's body.
But hold on. So like, would you get? So did you get upset though when he turned Scott Lang to like the honorable thief or something?
No, that's actually a good gimmick. I like it. It's not super terrible. Like I'm not saying it's like the greatest move, but I like the idea that they basically just used the irredeemable Ant-Man thing, and then they just gave. Because I've never read the comics, so I don't know if he had a daughter in the comics and like was turning his life around. All I know is that the reason that I like Scott Lang is because one of his covers is him in like shrunk down in the Ant-Man suit inside the shower head of a woman's shower as she's getting into the shower. And I thought it was the greatest fucking thing I had ever seen, and I'm like, this is fucking great. And I'm like, what is this? And I just was like, irredeemable Ant-Man, and it was just like, criminal Scott Lang becomes Ant-Man. I'm like, oh, okay. So when they did it in the movie, like, oh shit, I know what this is. I don't have to look up anything. I know.
Yeah, like
I have
in the movie,
information.
Yeah, and a movie for obvious reasons, because kids and everything. They didn't make Ant-Man like a 1-to-1 criminal. These men, like some sort of scam artist.
Well, he was a criminal because he went to jail.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay, never mind. This really shows how I watched Ant-Man 1. I didn't.
I honestly, that was probably, I would say it's actually one of my more favorable movies, because I don't know why, but like after the first Avengers movies, like a lot of the fucking like writing went downhill for me.
Well,
it's like,
a lot of them went to different directors and stuff. Like,
well, it's not even just that. It's like, I don't know. It's like having the knowledge that I have now of like Captain America, Civil War, and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
They make the characters too jokey. To me, like it's just like everybody quips, and it makes sense for like Spider-Man to quip because that's in the comics. That's his coping mechanism when he's scared. He makes quips.
And also for Tony, it makes sense too because he's a freaking playboy.
It does make sense for Tony Stark, but then it's like you get like Falcon copping wise, and it's like I don't know Falcon enough to like actually know if he was like a really jokey character, but
there's some aspect
everybody was copping jokes in Civil War, like it was just like
really
too much for me.
Well, the thing is though, for Winter Soldier and Falcon and Civil War, at times they do it on either to get on each other's nerves, or just to poke fun at Steve, and you know this, of course, for obvious reasons. So Steve was the serious one on 100% of the movie.
Yeah,
but then again, the only time I can see on the only time I saw Winter Soldier and Falcon and again crack wise was once again on. Again, I'm trying to sound like a broken record. Was to get on each other's nerves, like the one scene where again, spoilers for those who haven't watched Civil War, when both Winter Soldier and Falcon were fighting Spider-Man. It was at the point where Falcon used his drone, which he called Red Wing, to knock Spider-Man out and drag him outside. The crack was I found very funny because it was. Immediate at the time was when Winter Soldier went to Falcon was like, could you have done that earlier? And Falcon's like, I hate you.
Yeah, that works, but I don't know. It's like when I watched it, I just remembered being like, oh, this is really like everybody just seemed to be cracking wise. They're like super sarcastic, and it's like it works for certain characters. Like Thor's a big stupid idiot when it comes to like, non-Asgardian things.
Oh wait, are you talking about Civil War? Are you talking about Civil War or are you talking about Avengers 2?
I'm talking about like it just in general with the newer movies.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like the older movies, they were a little more serious. Like it wasn't just like, I don't know. When I think back on the newer movies, it just feels like everybody cracks wise in it, and it like gets annoying to a degree. Like, it's fine when it's in their individual movie. I'll use a more recent one. So, Doctor Strange. I don't know a lot about Doctor Strange, but I don't feel like he's constantly being sarcastic.
No.
I could be wrong because I don't read the comics.
No, well, the thing is, though, Doctor Strange in this one, though, again, I don't read the comics either, though, but for this one, though, he's, I don't know if they use the same backstory as he did in the comics, but, because, and from all the iterations of Doctor Strange I've seen so far, both cartoon, and some of the comics, though, he has always been the Sorcerer Supreme. He's meant to actually keep balance with them between the magic and the mortal plane, yada yada yada. And this one, though, we got more in depth with them, where, like, he was a doctor. He was just like Tony, and he actually was cracking wise and a playboy, because he had the skills to bounce off of, because and he was there to show it off, like
top surgeons in the county or whatever.
Yeah, and literally in the first couple of scenes, the guy was about to pronounce his patient dead, because he himself couldn't finish the surgery. So what did Doctor Strange do? He went in, did the surgery, and flexed on him.
Yeah.
But because of that, though, he was also a personal, but he was doing it in his own, like, playboy Tony Stark way.
Yeah.
But then after he became the Sorcerer Supreme, he started getting serious.
Vaguely.
Well, in the first movie, of Doctor Strange, he started getting a little bit more serious.
Maybe. I have vague recollections of, like, the first one, but I know for a fact that in this more current one, in Avengers, he was like way more sarcastic. And it's like in the new one, it's like when he does it, it always seems like it leads to him just kind of underestimating his enemies. And it's like the only time he was serious was like, and okay, so spoilers real quick, but actually I don't know if it's spoilers because we are dealing with like a multiverse movie, but there's another Doctor Strange in it that like is very serious. And he still ends up like not completing what he was trying to do. So
quick question, have you watched the What If series?
The what?
Have you watched the What If series?
I've watched a couple, but they don't really like. I don't know. They feel very bland to me. They're like very like, I don't know. To me, when I watched one of them, it was literally like, oh well, what if this happened? And it's just like, this feels like they just kind of went to the comic and went, we'll just turn this into an animation. It'll be fine. Like it felt like they didn't put as much work as they could have into the one that I was watching.
Well, the What If series though is basically episodic, and they focus on multiple heroes rather than just focus on one.
Yeah. I get that, but
yeah, but I was supposed to talking about the like on I know they brought back on Black Panther to voice his character as Black Panther Star-Lord, but they brought back everyone from the cinematic universe, right? Then they had Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange in that one as well.
I think so. They should have, because they basically have them in a contract where it's just like,
that's true.
You have to basically do whatever we say with your character.
And that one though, they did have on immortal Doctor Strange where he became evil. Well, the point where like I don't know, something happened. Again, spoilers for those who haven't watched on What Ifs. Let's spoilers, by the way. Very bad day.
Yep, we're just like Dr. Eggman, spoiled eggs over here.
Well,
spoilers.
Yeah, so apparently
like a decades-old comic.
Like something happened in his universe. Probably like he probably didn't defeat what's his name again? Big
Dormammu.
Yeah.
Big Mommy Milkers. Dormammu. I mean, sorry, Dormammu. I mean, sorry. And he just keeps using the time stone because he keeps fucking up.
Well, anyway, I think
I'm here to strike a deal, Dormammu. Damn it! I mean, Dormammu. Fuck. Hold on.
Like, well, anyway, and anyway, so like, I believe, again, I haven't watched the episode myself. I always see like scenes of it afterwards. I think like he didn't actually was able to defeat Dormammu, so like he just wasn't living in a world where he failed, so everyone in his universe died. And so, like, what he did though, from then on, he wanted to get stronger, but he wanted to get stronger in the the faster way. And what he did, it was like he summoned low level demons, absorbed them, and became stronger that way. And as time went on, he got more and more insane, more and more powerful. And because he absorbed so much demons, he became essentially immortal. And so then he went back in time using the time stone to absorb himself or get his help from his past self. And since we're dealing with multiverse theory and all that, and his past self obviously did not agree to it, so he went and defeated his past self and absorbed his past self. It became even stronger. But it went to the point where like it went to the point where like his whole universe around him was crackling, and so the Watcher came in and told him like, I'm sorry, but you did this to yourself, and he let the universe crackle and stuck him in his own little bubble. But that was until
I like that.
But that was until what's his name again? Robot guy. That was the Ultron, who apparently in this what if scenario, what if Ultron actually escaped in Vision's body, and so in this one though, again, spoilers for the what if series. Not enough warning. We give you an ample warnings all around.
No, we don't. We just give warnings. They don't like it too bad.
And so anyway, And so in this one scenario with Vision, he with Ultron taking over Vision's body, he was able to escape on Earth and Wakanda, and he escaped to some sort of random planet, and coincidentally enough, and at that point in time, Thanos already had the Space Stone. It was like, so this is where the Mind Stone is, and Ultron and Vision were like, huh. And literally lasered Thanos in half.
I saw that one. And there's a video that's literally just called, well, that seemed like lazy writing to me. I'm just like, damn. I mean, they're not wrong, but damn.
Yeah, so he lasered him in half, and he just assembled his Infinity Gauntlet, though, took the Infinity Stones, and combined himself with and some spare metal around him to basically have Vision's body, but he's covered in like the Ultron armor. And so he went around and getting every single Infinity Stone, including the Time Stone from Doctor Strange, and from then he was actually perfect, and he wanted to go after all the other universes, and then from there it's like wait, hold on. Then he wanted to go after someone more powerful, and that's when he started fighting the Watcher. And from there, the Watcher barely escaped Ultimate Ultron, and he basically escaped outside of time and space, and from there, he had to ask for help from evil Doctor Strange. And I actually like that episode too, because of the fact that you have Ultimate Ultron fighting against evil Doctor Strange and Captain Carter, Star-Lord on T'Challa, and I believe also on Zombie Hunter on Black Widow. And of course, all of them came from the What If series beforehand.
I like that Doctor Strange's move was he was just like, I'm already powerful, but me times me equals greater. And it's just like, are you insane? No, just a little strange. And then he just
like, are you insane? Shrinks down. No, I'm just a little strange.
God damn it! Fuck off.
I thought you were going in that direction.
No, that was too obvious.
Too on the nose.
Have you seen what the fuck was that called? It was like called Marvel's. I think it was like called the Superhero Show or some shit like that. Where they had all the Marvel characters that lived in like a superhero city. They were like chibi basically. It was like really weird.
Oh yeah.
Bloom was still Wolverine at that point. It was really weird. But they had the Doctor Strange in that was like he was like really normal, but he just had like weird strange tics. So like at times he'd be like talking normally, and then he'd just like cross his hands and be like, yeah, and then just stop. Like nothing had happened. I'm like, I think they took the strange aspect of Doctor Strange a little overboard with this one. But again, it makes sense because it's a cartoon for kids. So.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
but that's what I want my Doctor Strange to be. I want him to say and do things, and people be like, "What the fuck?" And him just be like, "No, it's normal."
Speaking of which, so like going attention though, going with DC this time. Do you remember the old Green Lantern animated series?
Are you gonna start talking about the Young Justice?
Oh, you already know about it?
Yes, I loved it. I was like, oh, they brought him back.
Yeah, they brought him back though, and he mentioned also, of course, Aya, and the fact that he's still looking for her, and like, so canonically because of this, the Green Lantern the Green Lantern animated series though takes place before the events of Young Justice. Because during that time though, it was during that time it was during because it was during Hal's stint of being a quote unquote Green Lantern trainee, and before he had his permanent place and taking over on Abed Sur's area, since he was in charge of he was still in charge of Earth until Abed Sur apparently crashed and Hal took over. But one, I actually like the fact that Razor actually was actually was able to actually have both rage and hope, because normally they'll cancel each other out.
That is true. I was gonna say something, but then I was like, wait, no, I mean, it might work, but I think this is like the first time they've ever did that one specifically.
I think I think Young Justice, the creators of Young Justice's way of saying like Razor has potential to be a White Lantern, because at the end of the episode, the Warlock even said that he should get a green ring because he's also very woeful.
Yeah. That they could just be like using him as like a replacement for Kyle Rayner in that universe, but. What I was gonna say was they've done that before where a character has had two rings. It was Guy Gardner, and he had a Green Lantern and a Red Lantern ring.
Yeah, I don't know if this is what happened on Retcon because of the New 52s, but it was during the I think on either beginning of the Darkest Night or like some sort of like invasion thing, where Hal, John, Kyle, and Guy, they lost their green rings, either through some sort of Darkest Night thing, or probably something to do with either the Anti-Monitor or the Manhunters. Well, the point is, they lost their rings, so they had to have like other rings to compensate to try and get everything back together. So since Hal had experience with fear, he had the yellow ring. Guy had the red ring, which he hates, because this is before his permanent stint as leader of the Red Lanterns. Spoilers by the way for the comic on that story.
Should have fucking mentioned that before you mentioned. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so yeah, Kyle had blue since he was always shown to be very hopeful, because he was at the time he was like the new guy on the block, and I believe John had violet for compassion, because none of them had green for obvious reasons, and none of them had love.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it was compassion, because I think for some reason John was actually saying their alien language too, because apparently the purple lanterns always tend to do that. Or the indigo lanterns.
Is it purple or is it indigo?
It was indigo, because I kept thinking though the Star Sapphires are not pink; they're actually violet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and I remember was actually one of my friends sees at one point though where they need extra power, so they had to give Guy the Star Sapphire ring, whereas he had to use power of love and rage at the same time, which apparently was able to actually complement each other. So he's all I love the Green Lanterns and I hate this ring. And it gives enough actually power to actually rip open this this machine. And
that reminds me of like Bender when he had the compassion chip in his brain, and he was just like, get this damn thing out of my head.
So like anyway, like they got everything together to get the rings back, and of course, for obvious reasons, the Guardians did not like what Hal Jordan did, and blah blah blah. Look at Guy Gardner; he had the red ring; he might die because and spoilers in the comic, which they changed from the animated series, is that the red ring, when you put it on, you vomit blood, because that symbolizes the fact that your heart no longer is part of your body. Your heart is now the red ring. And remove the red ring.
Kenshin is playing Power Wash Simulator.
What?
It just popped up with a notification saying that you're playing Power Wash Simulator.
Yes.
Good work, computer. Steam, I guess, technically.
So it's like So and if you remove the red ring without some exterior force helping you, then you will just die. So and because of that, in order for Guy to remove his red ring, he'd have a calculator help him, because at the time he still had the blue ring. And of course
how is that different from the animated one?
Oh, I the whole thing.
Oh. No, he still needed help removing it. That's why he used one of the new gods to do it.
Oh yeah, well, I talk about how like on oh, boo, Toasty, boo.
Why? What happened?
Read the chat.
I have not been paying attention to chat.
Oh.
Alright, hold on. Actually, I have to go to your chat. This whole stream stinks. It's really spoiled. All the spoilers. Yeah, that happens. We are just becoming Dr. Eggman.
I mean Dr. Egg Cream?
Because we used to be Dr. Kintober.
Oh.
Also spoilers for a 20 decades old Archie comic about Sonic.
But no, I was mostly talking about the hard part where if you remove the ring, you just die. In the anime and in the animated universe, in the animated series, they don't have that.
They don't?
No, like literally, Razor can literally take off his ring casually.
I need to look into that, because I might just be remembering that wrong, but I could have sworn that he specifically said that he had originally seeked out the guy specifically about the ring.
No. What I talk about in the Young Justice or in the Green Lantern series?
Young Justice.
No. What he said at the beginning of the episode though, like because it literally took place on right after the end of the Green Lantern series, though.
After the series.
Yeah, after the series, though, you saw the blue ring go after Razor, and it took place after that, though. So he saw the ring, and he saw that the blue ring is a sign of, like, maybe I should forget about rage and all that. So when he was meditating as a blue lantern, Metron showed up like, oh hey, I can help you. Let me take the ring for a while, so it won't go to some other person. And here, let me give you some obviously not fake clues of where Aya is. That bastard.
Ooh.
Yeah, he did that.
Okay,
so
apparently, oh no, hold up. That's not what I was oofing about. I was oofing about because I went to Yahoo to look something up. Apparently, the drummer for the Foo Fighters just died.
Oh.
Like, damn, that sucks. Now he can't go on to make his own band, like how apparently, according to my brother, the lead singer of Foo Fighters used to be the drummer for Nirvana, apparently.
Oh, there can only be one, I guess. Oh, that sucks. RP to him, I guess, and press F in chat to pay your respects.
You just get a million Fs in your chat.
Like,
your mom comes in and hits you. Kenshin, why you have so many Fs? Also, everyone's trying to sleep.
Damn it! It's like 4 in the afternoon. Why are you sleeping so early? You don't talk back. Sleep.
Did she just say you don't talk back, slut? She's calling you a slut?
No, like you don't talk back. Slap.
Oh, okay. I heard slut when you said that. I was just like, damn, catching mom going all in on this. What the fuck?
Like slut. Mer check with Academy. Mer he did
the book.
Mer he did that though before. He's all like, oh, I'll continue the series if you all pay me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he needed to make a living. His other comic wasn't doing as well. Although it's kind of hard to believe that a comic that's basically a hentai gore comic series would get that much money.
Hentai gore?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, he had a series about. I might be confusing it with a different series now that I think about it. But the thing that I have going on in my head right now was that he basically had an immortal hit woman essentially who just constantly died and was also constantly being used sexually while also being murdered. But I could be misremembering that his comic and a different comic, because that has happened before where my brain just combines two different things. Okay, but there should be a link for Razor, yes? Where the fuck? Goddamn wiki.
Well, anyway, and
sucking my dick.
Well, before we went off of that tangent thing, I was actually commenting about how Razor and apparently Sean have been both hopeful. He's both hopeful and having both hope and rage. I mean,
oh shit! I didn't realize this, but he's also the voice of Forager. Why didn't I realize that till now?
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, that's what it says on the wiki. It's voiced by Jason Spizak. They both do kind of sound similar. I don't know why I didn't.
Now that I'm actually concentrating on both voices, though, he does. It basically his Razor voice, only a bit more like on higher pitch and more comical.
Yeah. Tomori.
Tomare.
Whatever. It says R-E. I'm reading it as Re. They wanted me to pronounce it as Ray. They should shove an I behind it.
Edward.
What?
The graffiti over here. Look, they drew on King Kang.
God damn it! They did.
Where are you? Where are you?
Oh, I was watching it from your stream because I'm still reading through stuff.
Wait, did he have a top hat and a tie to this car?
Yeah.
He did!
It's Lightning McQueen, but he got his life together.
and sharp vampire teeth, apparently.
Talking about the red ring. God damn it. Whatever.
Yeah, so I saw a lot of comments though saying how this might be Young Justice's way to put the White Lantern ring if they don't want to actually add Kyle Rayner, because they barely added Guy Gardner in the whole entire show, albeit he didn't have much screen time.
Yeah, and they haven't even added what I'm referring to as the Wonder Twins, because they have. One of the newer Green Lanterns in the comics was actually two different people, and they basically had to share a ring. So they're basically like warlocks. They draw their power from the Green Lantern ring, but they didn't have their own lantern rings at first. I don't know if they have them now or not, but it was like some woman and some dude that was in jail for something.
Why did they have to share the same ring? Couldn't the Guardians figure out a way to get the other one a ring?
They could have. Like I said, I don't know. I haven't kept up with that storyline at all, so I don't know if they actually have their own rings now. But in the beginning, they were dealing with Hal Jordan. So I don't know. I don't remember the exact reasoning why, but for a while they had to share Green Lantern power.
I could say that what they could have done was pull a Lar Fleas and just give the other one a construct of the Green Lantern ring. But then again, the only reason why Lar Fleas can do that was because of the fact that he's so greedy that he's literally his very own Lantern Corps.
And he also was the drummer for Metallica.
What?
Oh wait, no, that's Lars Ulrich. Never mind. Lars Ulrich, the Green Lantern, the Orange Lantern.
Yeah. So anyway,
it would make sense. He was the one that was campaigning against shutting down like LimeWire and stuff.
Okay. Oh, because he's like, so greedy.
You're taking money out of our pockets. It's like.
I need my millions of dollars because of LimeWire. I'm only getting only like thousands of dollars. But
it's like the thing is that if they want to make money, they should be doing tours because most of the money from album sales, to my knowledge, goes directly to the
record label. Yeah.
So the way they make money is that they do live shows. Because the live shows, they just basically pocket the money from that, more or less.
Yeah,
so they get a better cut of it.
Some merchandise like shirts and stuff. Probably more CD sales and stuff, and also, of course, the seat sales,
seats and stuff.
Yep.
Like they get more from doing, like the live performances, like going on tour and stuff, which is more taxing too.
But I guess it's because of, I think that's why, because remember back then during like the late '80s, early '90s, or mid '90s when did LimeWire and FastWire became a thing?
I'm not sure. I only remember hearing about them after 2000.
Oh.
But then again, a lot of stuff from my knowledge of being a child was really faulty, so you can't trust me on that. But that's when I heard about it, was in 2000.
Well, again, it still goes off of what I'm trying to say. Is like apparently on late '80s, late '90s or early 2000s, it was like they had that stint where like, oh, I'm gonna be a rock star, make music and not do anything else.
Make millions of dongs.
I mean, it was back then before then they started, doing more and more tours and more concerts. But apparently, back then before the internet, they make bank off just the record sales alone. So they just make songs in a booth and just do nothing else.
Yeah, I honestly just now I thought you said the Jaegernet.
The Jaegernet.
And that's either very delicious or very edgy, with a very silent woman with full-on abs standing behind it.
Welcome to
you have to look it up on the Jaegernet.
Welcome to Jaegernet. If you don't say anything good about Aaron Yeager, then you'll immediately be shot behind your house. Joke's on you! I don't have a house.
Joke's on you! I have no home because no home can contain me. I love Saints Row 2. That was such a good game.
Oh. Yeah. Oh yeah. So anyway,
homeless people even more homeless.
So anyway, back to my original thing. So I was reading some of the comments about the Razor's return, and how he's trying to find and how he has both Rage and Hope, and of course a little hint him possibly getting Green as well. And there's actually a possibility in his character to get the rest of the rings. Like obviously he has deep love for Aya, so he might get a Violet ring. He has a lot
of because they're gonna look at him and be like, "No, that's love for an object." It's just like, damn, she's standing right here.
No, actually, no. Did you actually have a whole episode about that and about Star Sapphires? Or like on oh Razor, your love for her is not real. She's an object. I think because they tried to.
I don't know.
Because I think at one point they tried to seduce both Hal Jordan and Razor, but it didn't work out on them because at the time Razor was still like working out his trauma, and I think he still has love for Aya, and for Hal Jordan he still has love for Carol.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so like this is for like an one, and he might get the violet ring because of his deep love for Aya. Two, and he's shown that and have a high amounts of compassion. There we go, and let's see. Apparently, during his stint as a Red Lantern, even amongst the Red Lanterns, he was shown he was shown to sow great fear as well. So he might that's an excuse to might get the yellow ring. And the only thing that probably won't make sense is greed though.
I don't know. I feel like he would do anything and acquire anything to get to Aya. So
I mean that's true, I mean that's true. Like, he was shown to be very greedy when he got his red ring back.
Yeah, no, that would be hilarious if that's what it was. And the Orange Lantern guy's just like, what the fuck, orange rings? Fuck. Why are you complaining at us? You made us, idiot. No, I have a whole bunch of them, and they're all mine. You can't have it.
Wait, hold on. What? Catman, Jefferson the 12, Vote, Jeff Dirty, I'll clean up Caldera City, and beyond. Always lies.
Why Catman? Dude, Catman. Catman. Gioni. I'm not a cat, I'm a dude. Wow.
Well, so anyway, so another tangent is do you know remember the DC superhero show where like they actually have like an somewhat more funnier and Justice League and adventures, but it's drawn.
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched any of it.
Like it's drawn in the same style as the DC superhero girls 101. But
actually, I think I've seen a couple of episodes, but there were like clips from just the scenes with Plastic Man in them. For a while, I was like, "Huh, Plastic Man, funny."
I saw one where it had Hal Jordan. For some reason, he's in a space taxi, like a literal space taxi, and the space taxi.
Like that was a legit thing, but I don't remember where I saw that from.
Well, anyway, the space taxi had a GPS that had to help him out, right? And for some reason, this GPS had a very familiar voice. And at the end, you know what the GPS did?
What?
And the GPS went and was like, "No, I am not a partner. I'm just a disembodied AI who has no memories of their own origin." She went to form a little ball, a familiar ball, and like, "I must go. I need to. I feel like I need to find someone." Aya?
No, that's not who I'm looking for. But thanks anyway.
But seriously, like I need to post that scene again. It's like, so like, that gives off another theory. Is like, Aya could have been blown to another universe because this is probably not her Hal Jordan, and B, if this is the same, if this is supposedly the same universe or shown to be the same universe as the current DC animated universe, then it will probably make sense as to why the Razor couldn't find Aya. It's because Aya is trying to find Razor, but she has no memory of who she's trying to find. So both wondrously, aimlessly, and throughout the entire universe.
Oh god, it's just gonna be the multiverse of madness, but for DC. Behold, we've done it! DC Mom! Okay. We'll do that.
I mean, there's already
gonna be over here making sandwiches.
There's already D&D Mom.
Yep.
And I'm not...
hot. Wait, what?
Sure.
Go on. Ignore that. Ignore what I just said.
No. Live what you just said.
No, I refuse to live with the idea that I could love MILFs. Get out of here.
But Edward, you're always saying that.
No!
Damn.
I'm complex, and by complex I mean insane. You don't know me well enough, Kenshin. You didn't see that comic where I was cartoon me and I flattened my own head into a record and used a Victrola to play what was on my mind?
What?
You don't know. You don't know E.T., Kenshin. You don't love E.T.
What?
It's from Code Monkeys. Where they were the company was tasked to make that E.T. game.
Oh
and
yeah.
They were like they asked the lazy slacker guy to go watch the movie, and then he just lied about it, and that's why the game was terrible. And then the company owner's son was just like, "You don't know E.T. You don't love E.T." And then they had to bury all the E.T. things in the desert.
Did he try to watch the movie though? But then like some nerd guys were like, oh hey, I'll pay you like so money if you give me the ticket. All right. And he just went to a strip club.
Yeah, it was something like that. He just didn't want to watch the movie, really.
Yeah, I saw the original copy. I saw the original gameplay of the ET game. Is like apparently it was so bad that the company itself got every copy in the entire country and just buried it in the desert.
Yep. Which makes me wonder if that was indeed all of the copies, Because as we all know, there's one man that went to that fucking thing to harness the evil power from the ET game. That was Aleister Crowley. The man himself, the man who used... who according to Ogi, power bottomed a man into insanity.
Power bomb a man into insanity? What?
Yeah. So, I've never looked into this, but according to Ogi, modern Satanism uses sex magic.
What?
They use ritualistic orgies to harness magic, but I like Ogi's name for it, sex magic. And according to him, Aleister Crowley power bottomed a man in their cult so hard that the man lost his mind. And I was like, my word, tell me more. And I don't remember all of what he said, because Ogi has this weird effect where he'll tell you stuff, but then you seem to forget it because your brain is trying to not go insane from listening to it.
Forget this.
Because when he gets, when he gets on a topic, he fucking just he goes for a while. He's kind of like us in that regard, like my family.
Mm-hmm.
Or we'll get on a certain subject and we will just run it into the fucking ground.
Hey,
but
Edward.
he actually does research.
Edward.
So,
why is there 3 tracks in the platform? Do you ever question that? Why is there 3 tracks? No, aren't normally trains on a
because one's an electric rail.
Huh?
One's an electric rail. Electrical currents run through one of the rails.
Oh. I'm guessing this one right here.
I don't know which one it is, but I know one of them is supposed to be an electric rail. And the only reason I know that is because of the Stephen Wright joke that was talking about a friend of his that would play music in a subway. And he was and he bought an electric guitar. Or no, it was something along the lines of him wanting to get more money for his music. So he decided to go with an electric guitar instead of an acoustic. And he plugged into the 3rd rail and he died. And that was the whole bit. So one of the rails, if I'm not mistaken, is electric. Assumably whatever they consider the 3rd rail to be, but that could just as easily be the middle rail being the electric one.
It's electric. Boogie woogie woogie woogie.
What? Wait, what?
I was like, it's electric. Boogie woogie woogie woogie.
Oh, okay, I get what you're doing. Alright, yeah, I see what you're doing.
I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing there, and I
right there.
I see what you're doing there, and I hate it.
And I took offense to that. I see what you did there, and then I took offense to that. And it's just me hitting something with a piece of a fence. Yeah, girl. You're gonna shoot hotgum.com.
What?
Oh, I'm so mad. I fucking was watching Oni plays Civilization 6.
Uh-huh.
And during one of them, they changed the name of the religion, so they had the chance to pick a religion, and they picked the snake one, and they renamed it Wormism.
Wormism?
And then in one of the Wormism, like the religious practice of devoting yourself to worms. And they got one of their buddies to go online and purchase wormism.com and wormism.org. And if you type that shit in, it takes you directly to his YouTube channel.
Listen,
I'm just like, fuck, dude.
And
they got it for like $24.
They went and bought that domain name?
Yeah, because they were super cheap. They were only like $12 each. So they got it for like $24.
I mean, I get
but then they just kind of have it redirect to his YouTube channel, so, yeah.
Wait, so hold on, so I mean, did you only have that for 1 month?
No, apparently it's for the year.
And I guess it's already gone.
What?
How old is the video?
No, this was a recent video. So if you go on right now and you type in wormism.com and hit enter, it will redirect you to his channel. Like literally right now. According to his buddy that he had buy it for him, it's $12 for the year. So they have that domain name for an entire year. And then they either re-up or just let it, slide off. But during the video, he's literally like, I'm gonna invoice you for this, dude. I'm not even fucking playing.
Wait, so hold on.
Like, I'm literally gonna invoice you for this.
Wormism? Oh, yeah, it does.
.com. Or .org, because they have .com and .org. So, if you type in either of those, it'll literally take you to his channel.
God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna do the rails later, because apparently I have to do like on each individual side of the rails as well.
I plugged into the third rail and he died. I'm assuming that well, I guess they wouldn't put that in the game if it was real life, but I'm assuming that the rail system obviously runs off of its own, like, power thing, so they can probably, like, shut it off and we would still have lights and shit. But I like the idea of us just walking around trying to clean this stuff, and then we touch the electric rail and we just go, yeah! There's just smoke. Just like a charred rubber body against the wall. It hits the top of the wall, and then it does that thing that those little sticky things do where you throw them against the wall and they slide down, they like roll down the wall. Like, that would be great. That would be a perfect stream to watch if we were playing this and then that just fucking happened. I'd watch this. I would watch that stream specifically to watch us get charred and roll down the wall.
Like, hey, hey, Edward, I'm gonna go clean this third row. Get you down! Respawn. Like,
what makes you think it would be you? I'm the dumb one. It would be me. Obviously.
Like, hey, get you. I'm gonna go to clean the row. Okay, wait, Edward, down! Like,
I touched the third rail, there's an arc flash, but instead of me turning to dust, I curl up like a bug that's been set on fire. It's like, here lies Edward. He won't be missed. Mostly because he didn't turn into a powder, so he obviously won't be missed.
Oh, boo.
Like, it took you a while to get that. I'm gonna... Fuck, dude, this is taking forever. I might have to lay down for a bit, because my back's sore. Like, I was like, straight up, it's like a dog ran into my leg today. My back's sore, and I'm just like, no, I already said I'd do it, and I tweeted, I must commit to it. So I sucked down
this is a big
wake-up juice.
This is a big area.
Yep. Oh, D to eat my cool. I need to figure out how to make that, because I know you can turn pictures and shit into, like, emotes and shit on Discord. I don't know if... I might have to be actually set as, like, a specific thing in the settings in order to do that, though.
I think you might also need to be affiliate or something.
No. What do you mean affiliate?
Oh, really?
What do you mean affiliate?
A Twitch affiliate.
For Discord?
Oh, Discord. I thought I meant Twitch.
No. I already know I can't do that on Twitch yet. Or ever, probably, because I'm never gonna reach that sweet fucking payday.
Yeah, same with me.
I feel like I would have to be like super Chad at a fucking VTuber or something in order to get people to follow me.
Even then, they might not follow you because like, oh, you're not a female VTuber? Nope.
No, they would follow me because I'd be ultimate Chad, and then in order to say anything to me on Twitch, you'd have to put in, or not Twitch, Twitter. You'd have to put in hashtag Brat Brannigan. I like how well this came out in writing. Like, this actually is pretty close to my actual handwriting. This is like straight legit weird. I don't like how perfect it came out. I'm about to lay down. My back's fucking killing me. I'm gonna be under the table gang for a bit.
That's
Where
fine.
are you at so I can just focus my camera?
I'm over here.
Alright. Y'all can see him in the big ground.
In the big ground.
Get over there. Fuck, I forgot I had like 90 blankets over here.
Wait, what?
My fucking... Okay, so I don't use bed sheets on my bed. I just throw like a ton of blankets on them. You should ignore that.
And cans.
I throw... cement. Okay, good. I almost hit my computer with that. I have like a billion blankets on my bed because I don't use sheets. So... Oh, let me get my microphone. Who the fuck did somebody just text me? No, somebody's probably going live. Oh, okay. It's the ratikins. But I shift a lot in my sleep, so some of the blankets came out from under the main blanket that I have on top, that I sleep on top of. So I said, fuck that, I ain't got time for this morning. So I straight up just like... rolled them up and threw them over into a corner of my room. So, jump cut to now, from like, not even 6, it was way earlier than that. Like, jump cut from like 4, almost 4:50, I guess, to now, where my chickens have finally come home to roost. I tried to move my chair and the blankets were there. So I'm like pushing it, like, the fuck is stopping? Oh, these blankets. Oh, look at the consequences of my actions. I forgot that if I lay down perfectly flat on my floor, because my back's a little sweaty, if I go to pull up, it creates a vacuum. You hear that? That's the vacuum. I just make infinite fart noises.
It's just you rapping.
It's hashtag Brat Brannigan, boys. We back. We Gucci.
And back
Gucci,
full circle.
What?
And back full circle. Brat Brannigan.
Oh look, floor chips.
What?
So, remember when I mentioned earlier that I kept falling asleep and I was like, I should cook something for lunch tomorrow, and then went to sleep? I had a shit ton of like carrots and peas in my fridge because I hadn't like eaten all those vegetables yet. So I took that with me, but when I ate it, I was hungry because I hadn't eaten anything since lunch the previous day. So I was starving. And so on my lunch break, I went across the street and I got a like a Slim Jim. It wasn't actually Slim Jim, so it was like a beef stick. I had a beef stick. I got a peanut butter. You would technically call it a Rice Krispie, but because Rice Krispies are a name brand, it was a peanut butter
my back!
rice cake.
My back! Ah.
What you don't realize is that Bane flew into Kenshin's house and broke his spine. But yeah. So I got that, and then I got a bag of chips, and I was just like, fuck, dude, I'm gonna be starving if I don't eat this stuff. So I ate most of it, and I was just like, okay, cool. I'm up to, like, non-hungry at this point.
Non-hungry?
Which only lasted, like, a couple of hours. But I forgot I had the chips, because I guess I took them out of my lunchbox and, like, left them on the floor. So when I turned my head to, like, look over at my microphone, I realized I had a bag of chips. I'm like, oh, these still have food in them. Welcome to the chip eating and brapping ASMR stream. Let's go. I guess technically that'd be a chip mukbang. Alvin Simon, you're a whore.
Wait, so So I rewatched that episode of like Finance and Mark Brothers by Meat Canyon again. It was like, like, oh, like, oh, the milkman is scared in his little room. Like, oh, I could smell you in the room. Like, all that calcium in your bones.
My brother was watching Meat Canyon talk about his experience going to see Doctor Strange.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, I have a low opinion of the movie, not because of the movie itself, but because of the theater I went to. So he talks about everything, right? But he's sitting there and he's like, he said something and he was like, blah, 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 and I still have a wife. I went, he was married, and my brother looks over and goes, I think he still technically is. I think that's more of a bit than anything. I'm like, I don't trust this man now. He over here with a fucking porn star mustache, looking like the dad from that music video I watched where the guy kept punching the dad in the dick. Oh god, I should post that in the Discord. I love that song. It got stuck in my head. It's so fucking stupid, but I like the animation for it. Mixed messages. Mixed messages. I apologize to your dad, then I push him in the dick again for a fifth time.
For a fifth time?
Yeah. Because part of the song just becomes the guy punching this girl's dad in the dick. It starts off, he's talking about a date that he had. And then, he's like, so I get an idea, but it's not to send a dick pic. And he's like trying to figure out what to say. And then he starts talking about sending mixed messages. And then he's like, you should ignore that.
No.
He talks about sending, fuck, what was the message? He sends some type of message and then he's like, and then I don't respond for 7 fucking days. And there's a part where he's like, where she goes, what day are you free? And then he just goes, yes, full stop. And I'm like, he's pulling a me. I invented that motherfucker.
And then somehow your nursery family and just attaches stuff to it, like your grandmother.
Well, in all fairness, she was on drugs at the time because she was still dealing with her broken hip. But then he starts talking about the other messages that they do. So he sends a message that says hey, and then she goes hey, and then he goes, hey what? And she's like, you said hey first, and then he just goes, all right, croissant emoji, fuck you. And then
croissant emoji.
Somehow it, huh?
Croissant emoji.
Yeah. Croissant, you know, the bread.
Yeah, I know, but like, why did he say F you to the emoji? What did that emoji do to you?
He didn't. Fuck off, Kenshin. He was saying it to her.
Yeah, didn't she send the croissant emoji?
No, he sent it.
Oh.
He sent the croissant emoji, then said fuck you to her.
Oh.
Yeah. Because the whole song is about him sending mixed messages and her being attracted to him because he's basically mysterious. But then the song turns into about so he like shows he says something about she says something about her being cute, then shows up to his house and kicks her dog, then pays for the vet bills, then punches her dad in the dick. So then it jumps to them being in the back of an ambulance, and they're like still sending like pictures back and forth, and he sends like he's sorry, and he's using like the thirsty e-thought girl face filter with the dog thing, while showing off his stomach, and then he's like, I say I'm sorry, and then I punch you down the dick again.
While still in the ambulance.
Yes. So then he goes to punch it a third time, and she gets up and catches his hands, and then he's like, I see you played this game before, but I've played it a little more, and then he's like, so I headbutt your dad in the dick. And then he's like, in between headbutting your dad in the cock and our eyes meet while we're holding hands, and then we start making out, and then he's like, over your dad's not once, not twice, but thrice broken dick. And then it from there just spirals into just him doing stuff that kind of throws her off, while also punching her dad in the dick several more times.
Jeez.
I like the animation. It's a really good animation. Well, holy shit, does that old man get his dick punched in?
Need to take a little break right now because have you ever reached that zenith of like a very very like satisfying like therapeutic thing to where like you're starting to get like all relaxed and like very also tired?
Yes, but that only comes from like eating a shit ton of food for me, so it's more of like an itis than anything for me.
Well, yeah, well, I'm at the zenith part right now, so like I'm feeling really, really good right now, but that also comes with me being really really sleepy. I don't know if it's just me or the either my sleep schedule or lack thereof. Like anything I do always results in me being tired. Like just stay at home and almost doing nothing. You're tired. Just go to sleep. I want to enjoy being drunk for once. Nope, just tired. Go to sleep. I want to play some games. Maybe go online. Nope, you're tired. Go to sleep.
Nah, it's because we're old.
That too, yeah. Sooner or later, we're gonna have the same sleep schedule as freaking koalas. Like we're gonna be awake for only like 4 hours a day, and the rest of 20 hours is just us sleeping.
Well, I mean that was Jared before he got a job. He was basically the fucking Abra real life. Because if I remember correctly, didn't it say Abras sleep for like 18 hours a day or something?
About. Apparently on Komala and then never wakes up.
Who?
Komala, the koala Pokemon.
Ah. I like that when you the one that I understood was the one where you turned into a robot on my end.
Wait, I turned a robot when I said Komala?
Yeah. Oh, that's light. Okay, I was like, fuck, what happened to my Serape? I was like, no, it's just the light coming through my window. And I punched your dad in the dick for 7 fucking days. Hello, peoples. Cheeky breaky. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. This is not what I was listening to before. I want Coffee House Beats, motherfucker. Oh, Alien Dreamscape.
Wait, do you actually put music in the background while you're doing this?
I forgot to turn it off. But,
oh.
But I mean, it's nice to have because then all you're listening to is us talking and power washing. It's like
that's true, actually.
Music in the background.
Well, that's true because as good as this game is, it's like creepily silent the rest of the time. So I think I'll put some nice lo-fi in the background.
Yeah, it's like my brother when he farts, just silent. Not really, because he like explodes, but you get what I'm laying down. I need to throw that away. I still have that fucking. I need to throw away that egg stuff. I think it made me sick last time I ate.
Oh, the panda eggs?
Not the panda eggs. Panda eggs don't make you sick. They're the ultimate health item. Well, the precipitation on my box of orange juice froze.
Let's see.
Anything was those damn koala eggs I hate. Nobody can fight me on that because everything produces eggs. They may not be the eggs that you're used to eating.
I guess Synthwave would work for this one.
It just sounds really like action-packed, and we're just cleaning.
Jesus, 3 hours of this?
Hell yeah, brother.
Well, it's different songs, but that's all packed up in a 3 hour on YouTube thing.
Well, yeah, I've kind of figured.
Toasty, just tell me if the music's a little too loud or not, or just
Toasty
right.
Can't hear you. Toasty is gone. Toasty had to go eat more panda eggs. Panda eggs are delicious. I punched your dad's dick for 37 days.
What did I miss? A lot,
Yes.
apparently. There we
I had
go.
I had the weirdest want to play Monster Prom again.
Oh, you want to re-romance the Eldritch Cutie?
Well, that actually, I had taken a look at the ghost. So for some reason, I've been obsessed with the ghost's design. He has a really good design.
Show me on Discord.
Hold on, I'm washing a ceiling. Attention, I'm doing my work now. And now you're like, slack off? You're sending mixed messages, Kenshin. Are you gonna punch my dad in the dick next?
I mean, I think at that point, if I do that, it'll still make you happy.
Yeah, fair enough. Holly Geist, if I'm not mistaken. Mixed messages. Okay, I think this is the official artwork. Yeah, that's off the wiki. Hold on, let me see if I can open a new tab. Copy pasta. Where is... I'll put it in picture. Oh shit, I forgot about that Pokemon MILF lady.
What? From Sword and Shield?
No, the one from the Orange Islands.
Oh, her.
I had one with the hoop earrings that gave off like MILF energy. Oh yeah, I posted a picture of the ghost girl. That's all I got. That's all I got so far. Brilliant.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, she's apparently, if I remember correctly, she's a party girl. Because I remember specifically in scenes where I would go to do... When I would, like, actually go to see places that were having, like, gatherings, she was always there. Also, her design kind of screams party girl, so I'm assuming she's a party girl of some type. Cute way. I punch your dad in his dick every day. That wasn't the correct lyric because that was too short. Punch your dad in his dick every day.
I kind of like how that these little blocky things on the rails, and the count also has rails, so you can't really clean the rails and just doing one continuous pass. You have to stop every now and then and clean these little block things.
Man, if we ever had if anybody ever made a movie about the head using live action people, I want Danny DeVito to be my parasitic twin. I don't really have a parasitic twin, but I want him to be like hanging off of me like, yeah, yeah. I eat trash, yeah. It's just like, ah, cool.
I'm the trash man.
You have a vestigial twin. Yes, I do. You can't say. Nobody's ever seen me. I should start drawing myself with a vestigial twin. See, I told you. You're right there. You're right.
And we're like, Edward, Edward, no. Edward, yes. Edward, no. Edward, yes. And back full circle.
Edward, yes. You have to be like really high pitched because Danny DeVito was like really short. We had to physically shrink Danny DeVito so he would sound. we go and find Rick Moranis, and we're just like, Rick Moranis, you invented that shrink ray. He's like, it's a fucking movie, dude. Like, it's not real. And I hold a gun to his head. And I'm like, for the honor of Canada, you will build me that fucking shrink.
Honor of Canada?
I'll do it. Yeah, because he's Canadian.
I don't know why we said that though. It reminded me of freaking She-Ra. Because she always goes like, wait, for the honor... Because she always go, for the honor of Grayskull!
Ah, okay. And then she's just holding a gray skull in her hand and she just beats people to death with it. I want to watch that one.
I once She-Ra is so powerful and strong that she once ripped the guy's skull out of his body and beat him to death with it.
That doesn't seem physically possible.
That's what he was saying. That's what he was saying when he was getting beaten to death. This doesn't seem physically possible. This doesn't seem physically possible.
Fucking Red vs. Blue. What season are they on now? Because I know they didn't stop it.
I stopped when they started to know whole like the time shenanigans shit. Well, I stopped. I finished that season because it involved that and the fact that they had ancestral gods in the story as well. Because apparently it may or may not have like an entangled itself with the whole Destiny thing, but I kind of stopped when we started doing the whole like side thing and because side things rather than the main continuity, because the fact that just stopped doing the main continuity altogether, and the fact that they stopped doing anything with Church. I don't know. I think at some point though, Bernie Burns just stopped wanting voice stuff now.
Well, yeah, he's old, and I think he might have actually left the company. Now that I think about it.
Really?
Yeah, I remember hearing something about them selling the company, so he might not even be there anymore.
That sucks.
But again, that's old. That's like information that I had heard of a while ago, and I'm not even sure it's true. Again, take that with a grain of salt, but... Shut up, timer! I'm already doing laundry! God! My phone just doesn't understand me.
Oh, god damn it. Fine, I have to do this again. But with a stronger nozzle.
With a strong right. I just thought of like the idea that Frankie becomes so much more machine than man that he would never be able to use hockey. I'm just like, that's depressing.
I mean,
how else are we gonna get him to armament hockey his nipples? That'd be great.
Well, I mean that's not stopping Mihawk and Zoro.
Huh? But they're not machine.
I know, but they're able to imbue the hockey into the non-flesh swords.
Yeah, no, I get that part. What I'm saying is that he becomes so much machine that there's barely any human left. Like, the idea of that makes me depressed.
Oh.
Because there's always the possibility that could happen in some alternate timeline. Because I'm betting you 5-1 Kuma can't use hockey right now. Spoilers.
That's true. I mean, again, spoilers by the way. But before I say this, and I'll let that warning go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for Apple warning. He probably can't do anything right now because of the fact that he lost all cognition of his original self, and currently he's a slave at Mary Joyce. Because the fact that because of what he did in the time skip, and he lost his title of being a warlord.
No. Edward immediately says no.
Hey,
you know
Edward,
why? Because we can get him back with Captain Red. I almost said red hair, but that's Shanks.
Edward, I may or may not be erasing your Brett Brannigan.
That's fine. It was bound to happen. Much like life itself, everything is fleeting. Charlie Murphy said that.
Charlie Murphy!
Life is fleeting. Whether it be more noble or to suffer the slings and arrows of Charlie Murphy! Cold-blooded. Mixed messages. Mixed messages. I say something in a cute way, then I suck your dad's dick for 37 days.
What?
Yeah, no, I'd be confused about that too. Oh, yeah, he said I was cute, and now he's blowing my dad. Day 37. The fuck?
It's like a freaking a more confused version of Coco Grandpa.
Yeah, pretty much. Good morning.
Like Coco, was it one point you actually brought Coco Grandpa to your tabletop, and either one of your players or DM tried so hard to kill him, but you just couldn't.
Oh, it was because it was a one-off. We played it like a filler episode of something, so it wasn't like actually canon. But the DM thought the idea was hilarious, but one of the other players didn't, and then he tried to kill him, and then the DM was like, and as you turn to walk away, you pull off your face to reveal that you were going to that place. Like, no. Just walk, and then you end up walking out of the building. You're just like, there's somebody as they pass. It's like,
So the DM just
same campaign that
So the DM just did that to
Roy
spite him.
had grandfather's money as an ability.
So the DM
Should they use grandfather's money? No, you shitlord.
You shitlord.
Yeah, it was so what do you call it? What we referred to as earth elementals. We referred to them as shitlords. I think we got it from U-Realms Live, but it became such a fucking meme in our between us and Sushi that we literally when my brother decided to jump into that campaign and he had and he was picking like magic abilities, he chose the ability to create earth elementals, and then Sushi was like, yeah, and then you can call them shitlords. And then the DM was like, he's not calling them shitlords. Jump cut to him in a fight. Should I use Grandpa's money? So she looks over. No, summon shitlords, and he's like, "Good call, good call." What
does Grandpa's money do?
He just throws money at the problem.
Oh.
Yeah. What was it said? We because he came into it later. I had already had an established character that was from a rich family whose grandfather kind of cut them off from like the main money. Like they were still making money from their position, but they didn't get like control of the company. And so she went to this like prestigious magic school, basically because the DM like Ruby that he kind of like threw that in. The whole aspect of like going to a magic school to learn to do something like Harry Potter and like other anime and shit like that, but So he came in later, and I was like, "Oh, our characters should be related." And then he was like, "Oh, well, how not? Well, my family's not allowed to be CEOs of this company that makes most of the Magitech." And I was like, "You could be like my cousin or something." He's like, "All right, our grandfather just favors our side of the family more." And I'm just like, "Yeah." So then he had like a bag of holding with just all the money that his grandfather had ever accrued, and because he basically has a monopoly on magic technology in that world, well, not a monopoly, but he's basically like their company's like the #1 company for magic technology. He basically had infinite amounts of money, so anytime something would happen, he'd just reach into his backpack, pull out a fat wad of cash, and just be like, "This never happened." And they're like, "Whatever you say."
I mean, could also you your family's name as like a get out of jail free card?
Yes, but he had the ability to use just money, like straight up. Like even like people that didn't like the family, he could just give them money to bribe them. But then he also would occasionally make shitlords, so yeah. I liked my character because she was a big fucking coward. And at one time, we were during a training exercise, we got stuck in a mausoleum, and my character freaked out so bad that when she cast a lightning spell, it blew a huge ass hole in the wall because I rolled like a nat 20. So the DM was like, "All right, whenever you're in a stressful situation, you're gonna roll with advantage." I'm like, yeah, and that just became like a permanent trait. It was great. Oh, we were doing this one where we were doing like it was like one of those arcs where they get the different schools together to do like a test, kind of like the tuning exam type thing. And I had this prototype Magitech armor that I thought was really cool because it was at the time I was still interested in like the Keyblade armor and stuff like that from
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, but I forget which one. It was the one with Aqua and Terra. And
Birth by Sleep.
Birth by Sleep?
Yeah.
I was interested in their armor and stuff.
Kingdom Hearts babies.
What?
Kingdom Hearts babies. Because it's BBS. Bibis.
Oh. Okay.
Bibis.
Just me with the Saitama face? Okay. But yeah, so it just took the form of of like a big... I feel like somebody's talking in the background in my house. I'm not sure what they're saying.
Is it Crom?
Huh?
Is it Crom?
No, it's too early for her. Oh, I gotta tell you that after when I get done talking, remind me to tell you about, the BuzzFeed Ghost Hunters and them trying to help their, I think it was like one of their managers or something, like hunt a ghost in their house to see if their house was actually haunted. It took the form of like a pallet, what is this called? Pauldron. It was a pauldron and just like a metal like sleeve essentially and gauntlet. And there was a pin in the wrist, and when you pulled the pin, it would just start draining your magic, but it would give you an armor that was basically... Like, you basically just went God mode for like a few minutes before it drained pretty much most, if not all of your magic.
So, Kill la Kill.
Yeah, pretty much. But at the time, I didn't know what Kill la Kill was, so...
Oh, okay, yeah. Fair enough.
I mean, it had been mentioned to me, but I had never actually seen it, so I didn't know that that's what it was. I just knew that they had big scissors, because one of the characters in that one had a big scissor blade thing.
The main character.
And I was like, is that an anime reference? Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about like in the game. I know who had the scissors in the show because I finally watched it at one point, but back when I didn't know, it was literally like one of the main characters in, well, not one of the main characters, it was one of the NPCs in our game was basically just a rip-off of the main character. Because it's like when I watched it, I'm like, I just literally just renamed this character and put it in the game. Alright.
What was the NPC also a tomboy and wearing a scantily clad skill screw outfit?
Yes.
Huh.
It was basically just that, like almost verbatim. But yeah, this was not the same, because I was gonna say, but then I didn't ask her, and it was like, no, wait, no, that was the different one that we were playing. Because I remember there. I think I mentioned it to you where everybody was asking for like crazy overpowered anime stuff, and then my DM looked at me. I want Law's hat. It's like, what does it do? Nothing. It's just a really cool looking hat. It's like, you just want an aesthetic? Yes. All right, done. Yeah, just really happy about it. Because I liked his time skip hat for some reason. It looked really cool. So I got Law's time skip hat.
And no, on Negi, Edward has watched Kill Kill. He just though, like, when he was doing his tabletop RPG way back when, like, he there was his DM made NPC, which basically just renamed Ryuko, but he didn't know who that was, and because that was the time before he watched Kill Kill.
Yeah, at the time I had never seen it, so I didn't even know it was a thing until I asked him if it was like an anime reference, because everybody was doing anime reference stuff in the game. And he was like, yeah, it's from blah blah, and I didn't really pay attention to what he had said. So then, like, a couple of years later, I actually watched the anime, so... But I hadn't seen it at that point, but... Yeah, so basically that's what the gauntlet was like prototype power armor that basically was like the Kill la Kill's,
little transformation thing.
I forget what their suits were actually called, but yeah.
It was called on,
It was...
Kamui outfits or something?
They had a specific name. Did you say cowboy outfit?
No, on Kamui outfits.
Kamui, yeah. Or was that the... Yeah, no, that was it, right?
Kamui, yeah. According to the wiki, a Kamui, the articles of clothing made entirely of life fibers. They have a degree of sentience and possess the ability to transform into extremely powerful and resistant armor suits. In order to do so, however, they need to feed on the user's blood. The amount of blood required to sustain the Kamui's power depends on how well the user accepts the garment. If fully accepted, the Kamui can just function nearly indifferently with the blood taken during the initial activation. If worn by an undesired user, they can refuse to work altogether. Yeah, the only successful Kamui was by Ryuko, and albeit that's the only one her father made before he got murked.
Wait, I'm trying to think. I don't think all of them are armored, because if you look at Ryuko's and Satsuki's, is that her name, Satsuki?
Uh-huh.
Her, well, this would also be spoilers, but I believe that's also her sister, correct?
Yep. Sister, because back then, she wanted to get revenge on her mom because of her killing her sister, and then they just realized, oh, like, you were the sister all along.
Batman?
Yeah, apparently, the father, who was apparently also Sasuke's dad as well, after that, she told her the experiment failed and the second daughter died, and he actually lied about it. She actually lived, escaped the complex, took her home, and it changed his not only his name but also his body shape and also stature, because he literally had to break his back into a hunchback in order to disguise himself as to not be on the husband.
Yeah, that's right. I do remember him being a hunchback. I thought my brain was just making things up again.
Yeah, I mean, albeit though he did a good job for a hunchback old man when he fought against I forgot her name, but like Ne or something, or Nemui.
The Umbrella Girl, right?
Yeah, her. Because he had the full power of the rending scissors, which apparently scissors made out of hardened light fibers to help cut light fibers. But the thing is, though, since he wasn't powered up from the Kamui suit, he of course lost. But he actually did a good job on fighting her. and then
I'd like
he
to
got
point
killed.
out that the idea of calling the transformed Kamui for the sisters armor is laughable because it's like RPG armor basically. The less that it covers, the more powerful it is. Obviously,
it's more on symbolic. On the plot line of the story. It's because the fact that it's supposed to suggest how like on the reason why they did that though is to have the life fibers not control you as much, because the more life fibers can cover you, the more it can also control you. And it was actually shown with the climax of the anime itself, where like the mom was actually covered in life fibers, and because she was all about having some sentient alien threads take over the entire world. Because as long as she can always go and wear that evil drip.
just reminded me of that mod for Dragon Ball Fighters.
Oh yeah, with Goku has those drip.
Yeah, and he's constantly got his hands in front of him. So anytime he does any sort of attack in like a cutscene special, it's always like he's kicking them instead of using his fists because his hands are always at his crotch. It's just like, why though? I love the mods though; they're funny. I watched like 2 videos of it where the guys were like making fun of stuff, and I think one of them a SpongeBob. I forget.
I don't know.
It might have been something else.
I
feel like there was one where there was. One was SpongeBob.
I saw another mod though. It was either in Fighters or in one of the Budokai one. They reskinned Vegeta to be Shaggy.
Oh god, fuck that. I've seen their memes about Shaggy. Get out of here with that mess.
What? You don't like Ultra Instinct Shaggy?
No, because obviously he'd be beat by Hugh Neutron, who's literal god tier.
Oh yeah, that goes without saying.
The Shadow Realm and loves pie and his wife. He's the ultimate power.
I saw the little. Did I ever tell you about someone made a comic about the Jimmy verse and the generic cartoon verse all becoming swole as fuck.
I think last stream actually.
Yeah. And I saw the beginnings of it though. It was initially just Jimmy and Carl fighting, because Carl became buff just to actually do it with Jimmy's mom. But then Jimmy had to fight him. Yeah, Jimmy had to fight him, and like he couldn't take care of him until his dad that took over the fight. And then I don't know what happened though, but Jimmy got even more powerful and started defeating Carl. And then it involved Sheen, the rest of their friends, including Bulby. Yeah, freaking Bulby was buff as hell, like freaking full on JoJo buff.
Slap, 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 clap, clap, clap.
Exactly.
Motherfucker.
And like and of course Libby and I think what's her name again?
Cindy.
Cindy was there too. They were also like JoJo female JoJo female buff as well, like very athletic buff, but it went from Carl being a simp to a point of like apparently involving Sheen and the multiverse and Jimmy's being arrested for like giving the swole serum to throughout the entire cartoon multiverse. And then for some reason though Jimmy used the summon jutsu to summon Goddard, but in Destructinator form, and apparently Hugh Neutron has forms because he went to Neutron form 3 or something.
Oh god. Next time, get a skateboard that can handle the Neutron style.
And apparently, because I remember they even Breath of the Fourth Wall were like Sheen, I didn't know we had story. All I was trying to do is hit on Jimmy's mom. And at one point though, in order to defeat Jimmy and Hugh, apparently Carl had to go to Golden Croissant, which he did, but apparently it went to a point where like the last scene I saw of that comic is where like it was Jimmy saying like, oh, how he's proud of Carl, how he's so strong and for stopping him, and then Cindy's like, Carl, defeat him now. He's just wasting your time, and all of a sudden. All of a sudden, you see an arm burst through Carl's chest, and apparently, and the Jimmy's like, "You should listen to her, Carl. Don't you know what time it is right now? It's a Timmy Power Hour." And showing right behind Carl is a very buff Timmy.
Yeah, no, that's the world we're living in, where anybody can just combine something with JoJo. It's amazing and horrifying, all at the same time.
I wish he I mean like I though he's still working on the comics itself though, but because everything I've seen so far is just him doing like these dynamic angles of his comic, but they're all rough sketches. So they're not even finished. But everyone's still getting the story of everything, and everyone loves it because it involves Hugh and very buff Jimmy and apparently the very buff Cartoonverse.
The swole verse, as it were. Too swole 5
like I don't know, Negi, if you can find it, do it though. It's a good read. If you want to waste a little time and have a little laugh.
About Jimmy Neutron and the potential sexual conquest of Carl Weezer. I almost said Carl Neutron. That's after he gets married to Judy.
Yeah, that too. I mean,
Carl Weezer didn't choose the Doug life. The Doug life chose him.
Cool, Doug. Very expensive, Douglas.
Don't worry, Douglas. Just a little steroids. Arnold Weisenheimer also did it, Douglas. It's very expensive, but it's very worth it, obviously. Just look at my stick games.
Just done that. Ridiculous, like very.
Richard Nixon. Neighbor.
I don't know why, but it shows Mr. Dick being very buff. It's like, huh.
Why do you think my wife's still with me, Douglas? Oh.
Yeah, there's the thing about Mr. Dink.
Because of Disney.
No, in the original series, though, that's the thing about Mr. Dink. It was never shown why he was rich, and the fact that he was always shown to be just like some crazy neighbor guy who has all these gadgets every episode. And he always keeps saying it was free. I continue.
Oh, you go first.
I lost my train of thought.
Well, hopefully it doesn't come through here. For the subway. I was gonna say it's because he walked into one of those supermarts, like Costco, and slipped on pee-pee and won his loss. Good old King of the Hill. Oh, I want that guy to do a power scale on Lucky now. I want to know if him getting that money from his settlement actually raises his power level or not.
I don't know.
Alright, Kenshin.
What's up?
Oh, go on. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say like I would say like Lucky probably has like sort of like very endurance powers or something like that, where like no matter how powerful you are, and Lucky will just endure it. And at that point, it would just be at that point it would just be like a battle of attrition.
So what I was gonna say was, Kenshin, let's say you end up in an anime world, and they have like power levels, but their power is called Shisa Essence. Would you want to stay in that anime world?
Depends if. I mean, depends on.
Shisa level.
I don't know. I think overall I might get tired of it though, and to the point where I'll just get either hate myself and kill myself, or just ignore it. And then if the anime girls and the titties are big enough, you know me, I'm base as fuck.
You'd need a higher Shisa Essence level to get even near them anime titties, boy. You get there and it's just the world's run by me because I just pooped so much.
Wait, what?
Because Scheiße means shit in German. So the Scheiße essence is determined by how much fecal matter you produce.
And then it'll be like, look at you. You're not even powerful enough. Your Scheiße level is like so low. It's low now, but when it's all low now because I was going easy on. I was going easy on you. What do you mean? Don't you know? Know what? The more dairy you eat, the more intolerant you become. What's that to do with anything? I just became lactose intolerant. No!
And then my hair spikes up and it turns white because of milk. Behold my true heart. Utter devastation, Edward.
He's gone ultra milky. Dun 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 dun. It plays on the
ultra milk. Oh my god, that's even better. Fuck.
Ultra milky. I was
doing a pun with utter, but ultra milky is amazing.
I was trying to go with ultra instinct, but you know.
Ultra milky.
He's going ultra milky. The theme from that ultra instinct theme from the Dragon Ball Super. Like dun 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 dun.
Ultra milky.
And alright, time to finish this. I need to go to use the restroom.
I'm at my highest power level. I'm at my highest Scheiße level at this point.
And then you, who runs the whole entire world, are like, oh, finally, a worthy opponent. I can now use 5% of my power.
5% of my Scheiße. People artificially increase their power by having enema.
And like your character might go like pathetic. They gone with the artificial Scheiße.
God damn it. They're artificially increasing their Scheiße. I mean, is there any difference between them doing that and me eating cheese? I mean, I guess it's more because my body's naturally intolerant to it, but.
Have you seen that one scene from that one Terminal montage video where it's all like your shit is only temporary. Mine increases as time goes on.
Oh god. You just have to have a shitty outlook on it. What should we call our magical powers? Scheiße essence. We're not calling it that. six years later. And their Scheiße levels were off the chart. I can't believe you convinced people that we were calling it Scheiße essence. I know, right?
I don't know why. It sounds like the word we're going like. It's like the one time when Rick and Morty and
Hey, people are trying to sleep.
When Rick convinced the alien race he created that middle finger means peace among worlds.
Oh yeah.
Peace among worlds, Rick.
Farnecki in the chest is like,
Oh, now she's saying that I told her she should try and read the the Buff Jimmy thing.
Oh, okay. Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, she said that before we started doing the whole Scheiße thing.
Ah, okay. I have no track of time because I can't see my walk. That's a pretty tiny watch. Oh my god, it's one of my favorite Nick Swartzen jokes. Alongside the Boner Soup movie trailer.
Boner Soup.
Yeah, he was talking about like how he would like get high and watch movie trailers, and then he's just like, have you ever seen like a movie trailer where it's just like the title of the movie doesn't make any sense to like what's being played in the trailer? So he was like, he basically described like an old father who's getting like sick, but he's trying to like provide for his family, and it sounds like this really heartwarming movie, and then he goes, next fall so and so in Boner Soup. And he's just like, what? The whole movie about the dad and his kids? Boner soup? The other one is the one where he was talking about when he was in high school and he'd get really drunk. And he had this joke that he really liked where he'd take out his penis and put it over his wrist. And he'd try to get people to look at it by going, hey, can you tell me what time my watch says? And he did that to a girl. And she went, that's not a watch, that's your penis. Ha! My boyfriend would think that's funny. And because he was so fucking drunk, he's like, alright, let's show him. So he gets over there, the guy gets mad at him. And he's like, show my girlfriend your dick. And he's like, nah, man, it's my watch. He's like, that's a pretty small watch.
Like I don't know, man. You're calling it small, but it sounds like you're overcompensating. What's that supposed to mean? So you have a tiny dick? I don't know.
Spit out.
Like, are you saying a tiny dick? No, I'm saying you have a huge car.
No, I'm saying you have a huge clit. And it's just when it pisses him off more. Because as we all know, clitorati, they're just really small penis. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Catch it out, babe.
I don't know either. Our conversation always takes on these weird turns when we have these big maps on the game.
Can't wait to put that emote in Discord. Eat my cookie. Oh, fuck, dude, it is way too hot in my room right now.
Yeah, same here.
I have like zero airflow in my room, or my grandmother's ghost is shooting fire at me. Who knows?
I mean, a little column A,
fucking mixtape going.
A little column A, a little column B, and mostly column C.
Column C
is your grandmother and the ghost of your grandmother not throwing fire at you.
Oh, wait, then what was column B?
I
only listed like 2 things.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I guess the air in your room and the fan thing, my mind made separate. I don't know. I'm getting too relaxed on this right now because like me cleaning this and just holding down W on my keyboard is just like very relaxing.
Don't you have a thing that just toggles it on and off though?
Yep. Left click is at the whole left click to keep the water down. If I just press right click, it'll just keep the water on. So all I have to do is hold down W.
Oh, is that what you're doing then, or?
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
And just me
you
staring.
said holding down W. I don't know why I thought that was.
Yeah, well, I'm holding down W to go forward. So yeah, because of that, I'm just watching just the water in streaks, and I just clean the dirt while as I'm going back and forth. I was like, this is oddly relaxing. But then again, I shouldn't be surprised because it's Power Wash Simulator, and it's relaxing.
This is Ottoman relaxing. Oh, I just remembered the Ghost Hunters thing that I wanted to talk about. There's this part that I don't think was meant to be funny, but the way the lady said it and the way the guy repeated it made me really laugh because his the whole thing was that one of the people on their show, like their producer or whatever, was living in a house that seems like it's haunted. Like her kid keeps talking about like seeing a ghost, like
the fuck are you? Oh, it's oil.
What?
That's why.
Oh, okay. Oile. Oile. It's French. Really.
Feel my spray! There. Gone forever.
There. Goddard forever. God help me. He's gonna call for God, and he's gonna call for God.
No,
God help me.
No, he's calling for Gob. Who's Gob? The Goblin God. Oh.
That sounds like a fucking gas station. The Glob and Grob.
I said Goblin God.
Oh, I heard Goblin Grob.
Goblin Grob. They could also be like they could also be like a duo of like a goblin and an ogre. or a goblin and an orc. It's Gob and Grodd.
Oh, you know, you were talking. Okay, never mind. I don't know why, but my mind immediately went to sex, like almost instantaneous.
Well,
Goku was like, "Where does your mind want to go?" And I'm like, "Sexual, please."
I think at this point, though, your mind just will go. Each time you hear goblins, your mind just immediately goes to sex.
Yeah, about that time in my life, I think.
Yeah, it's also shown in our D&D game.
Fuck off.
Hey, you.
Nobody knows that. You have no proof. You have no proof on the internet that that's a real thing.
That's true, because we're not recording that game. We're just doing it for fun.
Exactly. Your sweet baby funsies. Wait, I mentioned to you that I got more dice, right?
Yeah, you mentioned that you went to the game thing.
Yeah, I went back and got more dice. Because apparently I'm missing a whole bunch, because I went and, like, recounted it. I'm like, I'm missing a number of these that I might have lost over the years of playing D&D. And just never realized it. But I'm like, I'm pretty sure I had more than just 2 blue D6s. I'm just like, fuck, I lost a whole bunch of dice.
Yeah, you probably lost lots of either in your kitchen or, like, somewhere in your room.
Yeah. I remember now, I was talking about the ghost hunter thing. So the kid sees, like, ghosts in their house or whatever, and so the mom, who's their, like, producer or works on the show or whatever, was like, would you guys be willing to do, conduct a ghost hunt? And they're like, alright. So, one of the stories that they shared was the kid apparently had, like, seen a bunch of people in dark robes in his room when he was, you know, when he was supposed to be sleeping.
Uh-huh.
And, they said, and it's not supposed to be funny, but the way they said it, it's like, are you ready for Matilda? And I'm like, are you ready for Matilda? It's like, it's like, that's not scary. And I'm like, I guess it would be scary to a kid if a bunch of strange people in robes said that, but my mind would have immediately tried to make it funny, but make it into like a fucking basketball thing for some reason.
Are you ready for this?
It was really awkward for anybody standing outside that restroom.
Wait, what?
Oh, because I was listening to it at work, and they said that part, and I started laughing really loud, but I had my headphones in. I was in the restroom, and I had my headphones in, and then it's just me laughing. And it's just like, pretty sure they think I'm nuts now.
I mean, at that point, then they should already do, but if not, then that's on them.
No, they don't know that I'm nuts because I'm very, like, casually normal at work.
I am normal.
I'm very, because I don't share anything at work, so it's literally just me being professional, so that's basically all they know me for. They know nothing of my life outside of my work. Great.
They think you don't exist outside of work. They're like clients. You think after the work closes, though, you just plug yourself in and just recharge for the night.
Yep. I mean, it might as well be true at this point. I mean, pretty much most of the people that work... Actually, I think all of the people that work there now were hired long after I had become full-time. So they don't even... They've never worked in a building without me before.
Really?
Yeah. It's weird to think about that. Because it's like at least with my assistant manager that we had previously, he was working there prior to before I got hired, but then he like quit and then came back a year and a half later, but he was like the last one that had been there since the old days, and now it's just like me. I'm literally the last one standing at this point in the building. Like, he came from one of the other locations to talk to our manager, and then he looked at me and went, "Oh, Ed, you're still here, huh?"
Oh, hey, look, Rokai 456 is doing Power Wash Simulator. Thank you, Steam, for telling me.
Seriously? Just now?
Yep.
Oh, yours is slower than mine. Holy shit. Holy shiza. Holy shice in essence. Oh. I can't wait for tomorrow. I want to fucking play D&D. I'm addicted to playing IRL D&D for some reason.
It's all about the rolling those math rocks. Like the fact that you know there's fun for rolling that once when non-battle.
Yep. Like that time Jared decided to have spider armor.
No, he just did not roll at all. He's just like, okay, then I'll just go in covered in spiders. Shit.
Spider armor activate.
Also, the fact that I love the fact that we're leveling him up. And we're like, so, and me and Sushi were all like, well, if you want to do more damage, pound for pound, you have to go with Hunter. And Sushi's like, yeah, Hunter, and then out of all of them does more damage. Then he was like, I don't want to do more damage. Like, what?
I like that after he said that, I looked at him and went, well, I've got something right up your alley, boy. Dragon.
I don't know why.
It's a very Jared thing to like dragons. In fact, most of the time I come up with anything for him power set wise, it usually has to do with making him some type of dragon.
So because of that, I have to make an excuse to how he got it. So like I'm gonna say like before you head back into town. So you just guys want to walk there directly instead of just taking a rest or something. He's gonna find a random rock in the road and thinking. No, random pretty rock in the road. Think like oh, I could sell this for lunch or something.
Yeah.
And then it had
fucking mom's home.
Okay.
No, I just keep going, but.
Yeah, and it's like and after the morning though, it would just hatch and it turned out to be a dragon egg. And I'm like
it'll hatch and be a dragon, and then Jared's character will look up and go, "Where's my rock, you son of a bitch?" He will not put two and two together.
No. And then I don't know if Jared will sooner. Jared will make it sooner or later. Well, what happened? Oh, I'm taking a lot lately. I need some more water. Stay hydrated, everyone. Hail hydration.
Sorry about that. My mom just got home and I forgot she took Anubis with her.
Uh-huh.
So she like opened the door and had him come in and he jumped up on my bed and was like, yeah, home.
Like, hello Pepe. And why are you sitting on Anubis' bed?
Hello Pepe. Anubis rubs his dick on Anubis' bed. It's like, woo, 88%.
Yep.
Rap Xanagan. When are we gonna get a power washer that if you spray it into a wall, it just blows a hole in it? I want the God power washer right now.
It's called Real Life, Edward.
No, it's not. This is a video game, Kenshin.
But is this real life, or is this just fantasy?
No, you're not gonna get me with that one again. Give me 3 weeks, Kenshin. 3 weeks.
Calling the landslide.
Not only to realize that that was a song, but also to figure out whether or not I was being coerced into insanity by philosophy.
Calling the landslide. No escape from reality.
Then I learned that it was just a song sung by a man that went to a Japanese high school.
Wait, what?
Cromartie High. You don't remember they had a guy named...
Oh yeah, Freddy! I forgot!
Yeah.
That was their Freddie Mercury on parody.
Yep. Next message.
Alright then, so I'm gonna start on the floor with the Brad Brannigan now.
What?
I'm starting on the floor that has the Brett Brannigan.
I thought you already watched that.
Oh no, I was watching the little tactile platform floor that's near it. I edged on your Brett Brannigan.
Oh,
I edged
they told you could erase it if you wanted to.
Like I edged it real good.
What?
You heard me. You know that, right?
I did, but I don't like it. I don't like it. Mixed messages. Punch your dad in the dick. Punch your dad in the dick again. I was off meter. I apologize.
This won't work. God damn it! The pillows are in the way.
Secret art, ironically enough, they're all buying my shirts. Isn't that swell? I like the fact that the guy that created Foamy the Squirrel just repurposed a bunch of songs he basically already had.
Really?
Into squirrel songs. So the guy that made Foamy the Squirrel is like a legit musician.
Mm-hmm.
Because he uses his initials as Jim, but it's Jonathan Ian Mathers.
Mm-hmm.
But he performs under the name Jonathan Ian. And I listened to some of his work before and thought it was really cool, but I just got back into listening to it. And it's like one of the songs is called "Isn't That Swell?" and it's this. How does that squirrel song go? I think it's the one where the chorus says "Just go to hell," but the actual song is called "Isn't That Swell?" I'm like, he just repurposed this song.
Yes.
It's like a few of them are just old songs that he had that he just kind of changed a little. But I like that part from "Isn't That Swell?" where he's just like, "Oh, something. The ones I detest. I think I'll take my chances and beat you to death." Whoa, 90%. Lechuga. No. Lechuga, no.
Like yeah, blah blah. Like I can speak Spanish. Does your friend speak Spanish too? Lechuga. No. Oh.
No. I don't know why, but I imagined the lady being sad for some reason. She's like, oh.
Oh, like why are you sad? We want yeah, I should make it more interesting to have a white guy that speaks Spanish. Why? And you see in the background though. I see in the background though, like there's some for some reason weird picky shoppers though that only shop at shops if the white guy can speak Spanish for some strange reason.
That is strange. Fuck that! I wouldn't shop there. It's weird. Oh no, we'll only shop here if there's a specific weird thing. Like fuck off.
Like why? Because we're weird.
Because we're strange and unsettling. Are you ready for Matilda?
Because we're strange. No one remembers your name. And it's strange when you're strange. Da, na, na, na. When you're a stranger, something, something. I don't know the song. DMCA.
People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces seem ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down. When you're strange, faces go out in the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange. All right now.
I don't know. I'll argue that if you're strange, people will always remember your name as like, hey, it's the one strange guy.
It's not true. Trust me. I know that all too well because I looked somebody up on Facebook one time who I considered a near and dear friend to me, and they didn't even remember me. I was like, we were in so and so's class together. Like, I remember the guy, I just don't remember you. I'm like, that hurts, like big time. Like, holy fuck.
Oh, that sucked.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm probably the weirdest person this motherfucker knows. And he doesn't even remember me in a class that we took together. That we sat next to each other. That we fucking talked together. I'm like, fuck that. That is bullshit. I'm starting to believe that people that I know don't exist.
I think overall
Holy
that
shit,
might...
what if it's... Oh, sorry, go on.
Well, you remember you remember Daryl, right?
Yee.
I lost contact with him as well, so like he probably won't remember me as well. Even though we know a lot during high school.
No, he'll remember, because remember his character flew into the ground and died and was a skeleton. Like, Daryl? Nah, fuck you then, I'll do it myself.
Void, I'm pregnant.
Literal.
Void, I'm pregnant.
God damn, that fucking... I wish I knew where that comic was. If I could fucking find my Final Fantasy, I think it was my Final Fantasy X Part 2 book. Because I had the strategy guide for that game, and I'm pretty sure that's where I was storing that. I just don't know where the book is at. Unless the book got ruined and I had to throw it out, in which case that comic's probably long gone.
Some random trash guy at the disposal site going like, this is kind of funny.
This is mildly entertaining. And he just uses it as his own work. That's how One Punch Man came to be.
It's the one scene where we're going, stop. What? Boss, stop.
No, that's a different comic. That was TTLF.
Oh.
Well, in all honesty, it would be a better comic to like get One Punch Man from, but
yeah, it's like how did us playing an MMO and it became One Punch Man?
yes, full stop. I don't know.
Like yes. Next question.
That's just how I want One Punch Man to have started. He was just working in a garbage dump in America somehow and found my comic and was like, oh, this would make a really good comic. And then it shows him drawing like how SpongeBob was writing and all he did was write the. And he holds up the sheet and it's just the goofy face faulted version of Saitama where he's just like, okay. He's like, yes, this will be my hit comic. It's like, his friends are like, wait, how'd you get that from an American comic? And he's like, I don't know. Alright, Mr. Krabs, what's your first name? I don't know. Oh wait, it was Mr. Burns, there we go.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Mr. Burns.
I believe you have a letter for me. Alright, Mr. Burns, I know, what's your first name? I don't know. Great plan, Bart.
What is his first name? Because he's always listed as C. Montgomery Burns, so his...
Oh, really?
Either C is some type of title, or it's his first name.
I thought Montgomery was his first name.
Montgomery Burns. C. Montag Shaw. Get out of here, Australia. Charles Montgomery Burns. That's what the C stands for.
Okay.
Wait. What is Wikipedia saying that his full name is? Charles Montgomery Plantagenet Schickel Gruber Monty Burns. Oh, okay.
Schickel Gruber?
That's not real. Get out of here. That is impossible. That cannot be his actual name. Oh my fucking god, it is.
It is?
Well, I hate myself. I hate my life. I don't know why I was laughing like that. That very clearly cannot be how he sounds when he laughs.
Ahoy, hoy!
Moish Bernstein.
Remember how they said that Burns came from a poor family and then they retconned that? No, he said Burns came from a rich family and then they retconned him being from a poor family.
Yes, they did do that, didn't they?
But then again, it's a cartoon, so it's not supposed to be taken seriously.
Indeed.
Especially since it's supposed to be more episodic. But then again, apparently Matt Groening has been making the current episodes more episodic. I mean, more story wise or something.
Matt Groening. He's just a big. Okay, I'm sorry. That was some low-hanging fruit, like a California beach. I apologize.
Matt Groening.
Yes. Well, wait. Where did Jared's character get that dragon? Well, you see, normally in instances like this, a wizard did it.
Like no, well, I was the things I was asking you guys though, like how him having a dragon makes sense, and the only thing that makes sense though is like he found.
Why would Hunter having a dragon at all make sense?
They're a Drake Warden.
Why not start off with it?
Well, the book and Vismas actually gave you some good examples. So like one was like on Well, the thing is, if you plan to be a Drake Warden from the very beginning, though, you could be like, oh, you're like I don't know, some sort of like you may have packed with like an ancient dragon to guard their lands or something, and or something like, or you know, or a dragon later on at third level somehow gave you a rock to take care of, but it happens to be a dragon egg. Like the one I'm going with though for Jared's character is that then he found like some sort of like sparkling stone that he thought it was a gem. He's gonna sell it at the next day, and when he wakes up, it turns out to be a dragon egg.
It hatches and imprints on him.
The thing I don't get though is like it's like, oh, you do get an actual dragon though, but apparently if the dragon goes at 0 hit points though, it poofs away into the Euro realm and comes back the next day. Like, it's not a real dragon. It's much more like some sort of complicated fairy dragon.
Nah, it's dragon magic. You wouldn't understand. You're incapable of doing it. You're not Dova. You're not Dova enough.
Oh boo!
You're shice ass since it's too low.
You're not Dova enough.
James with an OnlyFans account.
Hey Ash, Misty, join my OnlyFans account. Join my look at my OnlyFans.
Join my OnlyFans account. Ugh. Ew! Is that you getting pegged by Jesse? Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with my brain.
I mean, it's not as bad as like okay. You know Wade, right? From the Markiplier and from one of my Markiplier's friends.
Yeah.
Like apparently during a stream when they were playing on Saz Factory or something, and he said a couple of voices. I peed in my vibrator, and everyone laughed and they were like Wade, what the hell? And he's all like, Brian, what the fuck?
Peed in my vibrator.
Like, I went and peed on my vibrator.
On you motherfucker! How much left? How much is there left in the up on the? Oh my god! Eat my asshole! Oh yeah, the ladder does work in here, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean up against like the little like inner part, right? Okay, good.
I hope so.
What would be really useful is if you could run with the fucking ladder. And don't give me that. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. nonsense. All of this doesn't make any sense. Where are fucking... What are they attached to our back? Yeah, they are. They've thought of everything.
Well, we potentially have, like, apparently infinite water.
Yeah, it's me and Ryan's bridge now. Don't lump me in with your stuff. Oh, don't tell me, tell the Goat Man. I'm not a part of this. You're talking to Goat Man now. Starting a line of conversation. I've seen what you did. I've seen what you did there. It's Goat Man entrapment.
Like, is that you getting picked by Jesse? Mm-hmm. Like, why is Jesse wearing a blue wig? Hmm.
Oh, I'm the bird man. Aren't you the one that runs your OnlyFans account? Yes. Then why wouldn't you know why? Yes.
Yes. No, excuse me. I put on this white wig, put on this this eye patch that looks like a golden eye, and do a Spiky and play a children's card game with some sort of a Spiky and a little boy.
Yugi boy.
Yugi boy.
What if Pegasus was just the Yu-Gi-Oh universe's equivalent to Ivankov? Because, I mean, he also called people boy as well.
Oh, yeah.
Including but not limited to Candy Boy.
Ooh, Candy Boy.
Yes. He referred to his followers as candies.
Oh, yeah.
But he also called Bon Clay Candy Boy at one point. Because all of them were his little candies. Which sounds very unsettling when I say that out loud. Maybe because I don't have the voice for it.
Yeehaw!
It just reminds me of Johnny from Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Oh yeah, when he was being annoying.
I just imagined him dressed as Ivankov, but then he's doing that thing where somebody opens my door and I fly into teabag. And he's just yelling, yeah!
Remember the only one who was immune to his annoyingness was Rolf.
Yes. I think Toasty was right. I think my brain might be rotten. Or spoiled.
Like,
don't tell Toasty I said that T was right. It's very obvious that me and Toasty have a rivalry that goes against all moral codes for everybody of all time. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, Genshin!
It's my brain. We've been stuck in this upload platform for the past, like, 3.5 hours. Mayan, I'll be right back.
Okay. Mixed messages. I do something, and then I rhyme messages with the word jizz. Mixed messaging. Kenshin's gonna get back and this entire platform's gonna be on fire. Oh god, did I ever post? I don't know if I posted that in Discord, but I found a video where I believe it was in Australia because the people that were shooting the video sounded Australian, and they had I think it was like a hand sanitizer or a soap dispenser, and it was automatic, and when they ran their hand under it, just lit on fire. It was great, truly iconic for Australia. The iconic Australian fire sanitizer. Because as we all know, fire cleanses all. What else is left? No. What? Who talking? New body, who this? Okay, that's done.
Alright, I'm come back and the dirt in front of me is cleaned already.
Yeah, I hit it up. What's left? Because we're at 99%.
Main ceiling lights.
Oh.
Done.
How many of them though?
Oh, one more. One more, apparently. There. Now main ceiling walls. What? Seriously?
Wait, I thought I... Okay, there's something... I think it's those little lit... Because there's like a
yes!
lit there.
Yes! Yes. So we need the ladder.
Catman.
You know, I could have just done telekinesis ladder.
Yeah, one was faster.
Uplights and uplight ledges.
Somehow. So that we're gonna have dinner, and then I have sex with a robot for 37 days.
What?
I once fucked an alien till it stopped.
Oh yeah, like Jared just sits out of nowhere, and it was like gold. Like what the hell?
Yep, there was this one cool thing that he did that year. Because as we all established, that's the true power of his Shisa. He's got like, it's like with, Kurapika's eyes. He just has this special gift. But he has to rest it the rest of the time. So that he can build up and then finally he'll be able to use it. And it's just the one cool thing he does for a year. Oh, I can't grab the ladder while I'm on it? Lame. 0 out of 10. Broke my immersion. Somehow.
Sniper, go!
Hello! There we go. Jesus fucking Christ, this shit. Okay, that site's clean. Next messenger. My name's Laura. I like that her name was Rachel originally. My name's Laura. All hell breaks loose.
Why is there only one ladder? What the hell? Oh, well, yeah.
We only need one, so no.
Only one.
Everybody each one. Dick messages. No, kid, don't do it. Door is too full of poop, boy. Nah! And that's why I don't have a limbo again, man. Why? Because I can't died? No. He got a Shisa fetish.
A Shisa. Oh. Oh, come on, dude.
Just say, come on, nerd? How dare you?
Dude.
Oh, I heard nerd. I'm like a bigger nerd than I am.
Uplight ledge, what
Well,
the
it's
hell?
not a bad thing in this day and age. I live by the Chad laws, which very clearly states you date a thick woman with a weirdo kid who may or may not be on the spectrum. Who also doesn't have ears now that I think about it. Clarence didn't have ears.
There we go.
Oh god, here we go. We're gonna fuck. I like that this whole stream was just this one
I know.
fucking thing. Oh. Then I slap your wife's dick for 37 days. Oh god. I should draw
Okay.
that now that I think about it. Not the wife's dick thing.
Just tell me once you're done.
Okay. I was watching Oni plays, and for some reason I had the bright idea to, like, change the people on the show into, like, characters from Equestria Girls.
Uh-huh.
And there was one scene where Oni did the, like, he was referencing Beavis and Butthead, he was like, Cornholio! So I drew Sonata Dusk doing the Cornholio bit with, like, the shirt over her head. But then I had the bright idea to be like, well, if the shirt's up, you would get under boob, and then I just drew it with like the under boob, and I'm like, but wouldn't she have a bra on? I'm like, well, she didn't have a bra on. So yeah, now I'm thinking of drawing a big-breasted woman doing the Cornholio thing. Kenshin, I've lost control of my life.
Did you have control? Did you have control to begin with?
Yes, I have all the Shisa.
All right.
Oh, I can't see Brad Brannigan.
Aww.
Oh.
Only the kitchen mask and the Shinken mask.
God damn it.
All right then. So like,
you got $2,000 from that, Kenshin.
Yeah, and okay, so next week though we're gonna apparently go back to
Wait, hold on.
Hmm?
No, I might not be able to do I might not be available for it next week.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll do something else
Because
then.
I have jury duty, so I may or may not be available. But I'll call you guys on Tuesday night in case we decide to do something Wednesday. I'll let you guys know ahead.
All right then. Yeah, just on just let us know. Just let us know because again, 9 times out of 10, you're like, okay, I'm here now, and like, oh, okay, you know, we don't need you. Just come back next year.
Yeah, hopefully that's the case.
Yeah,
I want it to be where I just don't have to go in at all. I prefer those.
Yeah, that happened to me actually. Only because one, I missed my initial call in somehow. Two, they called me in, but I was late for it, and three, and they were like, oh, okay, no, we actually don't need you. Bye.
Yeah, that's the one I want. Because I gotta work a whole fucking... Because the reason I won't be available is because I told my manager, and she was just like, we could just give you close, like the PM shifts if you want to. That'd probably work out for the best for everybody. So, most of my shifts next week are going to be 2:30 to 7.
Alright, then, so anyway, yeah, so whenever we do get the chance to play, we're probably going back to the carnival, and this time we're gonna spray off the fortune teller's wagon. And so, anyway, where can we find you, Edward?
Twitch, oh god, I just remembered I put the Dexter thing back up. Twitch.tv/EmeraldTusk, and on Twitter @EmeraldTusk.
Alright. You can find me here at twitch.tv/KitchenSakura. Find me on YouTube under KitchenSakura. Find me on Twitter under Kitchen_Sakura. If you'd like to support my channel and all my endeavors, go ahead and click on my mask. It'll help me so very, very much. And let the channel want to do, go ahead and please give me a follow. I'm only 9 away from my goal. And I'll probably have no one to actually raid. Yeah, well, I can raid you apparently.
No, it's not gonna happen. I forgot to. Oh, because I haven't put it out of it.
Alright,
That's why.
Alright then. Thank you guys for coming. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Later.